Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's Jay the Great here. Welcome back to another stream. Back with another weekly podcast, as you guys that have been watching for quite some time all know. Hope all is well. And of course, as always, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. It's going to be appreciated. Much love to y'all. Appreciate the support in the last few streams again. We're going to bring back consistency this year, at least weekly if possible. Content as well. I got a video that should be done this week. Just got to do the last final revision, send it to my editor, go from there. But yeah, it's been going. Hope you guys have had a good first month of 2026. But yeah, any questions you have, folks, feel free. Any questions at all? Batman may be joining. I let him know that I'm good to go, so we'll see. But if not, we'll ride solo. There were some questions that were asked pre-live stream. So while you guys come in and stuff like that, I'll go ahead and answer those. Give me a second here, folks. Let me double check the stream is looking good. Seems so. All right then. But yeah, any questions, folks, feel free. I'll go ahead and answer these questions while people come in. So there are a few that were asked pre-live stream here. Go ahead and pull them up for you folks here. By the way, if you want your answers, excuse me, your questions answered earlier rather than later in the stream, make sure to. We do have podcast sections in our Discord servers, me and Batman. So feel free to ask there, and we'll answer them beginning of each stream. So this one by Muhammad for Death Note fans. Who would you guys chronically rank in the top three? Chronologically, excuse me, rank in the top three as the smartest Death Note character. Also, do y'all think Nier surpassed L by bringing Light down, or is L and Light the smartest characters in the series? So, as far as the smartest characters, it's what makes it challenging is the fact that L and excuse me, I'm reading the question real quick. That L and Light were both nerfed to an extent due to their own pride, right? Their prides were their downfall, literally. And I think, Ryu, the basically the demon that was following Light around is a metaphorical representation of of Light's pride. And pride was his downfall, despite having a magical book that can kill anyone whose name he knows of and face he knows of. He still failed, and I believe L is in the same boat. Excuse me. He's in the same boat. But if I had to pick who is more intelligent at the time, I would probably lean towards L. Um, because if they had equal conditions and equal tools at their disposal, I do believe L would win. However, Light had more potential, perhaps intellectually. Um, Nier just happened to come into a situation that was already established by L, right? He came in towards the tail end when Light was already sort of self-destructing due to his god complex, right? Due to his arrogance. So I would go L, Light, Nier if I had to pick. I believe it should be joining shortly. What's going on, John Bentley? Appreciate you coming in, brother. Yeah, but Death Note definitely is a story of pride being the devil. It's very well written. Shows the psychological flaws even the most intellectual beings. That humans are all predisposed to feel emotion. So it's very well done. Yeah, folks, any questions at all, please feel free. There's a few other ones here as well. So see here real quick. There's another one that was asked. Again, feel free to ask any questions at all. All the topics that have come to be. Dragon Ball's back. Invincible Season 4, The Boys Season 4, the E-files. You guys know what that means. Do have our thoughts on that as well. Many things out there right now. Many things transpiring in our world. Let's see here. You. Oh, no worries. Oh shit, let me connect you to my. There you go. I think my shit's connected to the wrong audio.
It's all good. It's all good. We all here. What's
Yo,
good,
yes
peep?
sir. Batman has joined people. But yeah, any questions you may have, feel free, folks. Feel free.
So
Many things to discuss.
I saw the thumbnail though.
Fire.
Itachi Blitz Pain.
Facts. Facts. No, people were pressed last
Sheesh.
time about
We had,
that.
didn't we have like an in depth like conversation like a couple streams ago too?
Yeah.
Like we weren't even talking about that. Like they somehow brought up
Yeah.
Itachi and Pain, and we
Exactly.
had to like entertain that.
I'm like, damn, you guys
Uh,
just hate to accept reality.
yeah, we were
Uh,
talking about Tobirama, but then they
yeah,
all like out of nowhere like somehow made it about fucking Itachi and Pain, and they were
exactly.
swearing up and down. That's like what type shit.
Yeah, he's like, the chameleon's eyeballs are covered. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Um, how's your New Year's going? It's going well. Good first month. We reached 7K. Appreciate you guys for that. Hopefully this is the year we reach 10K. That's the goal. Appreciate you
Go,
guys for
go,
all
only
the
go.
support. Yeah, up we go this year. 10K is definitely the goal. Did you see Jay-Z was on the E list? Bro, I am not surprised.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not a name I'm surprised to see. Um, with all the information that has been released, it's very telling as to what some of the elite, you know, basically participate in behind closed doors. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very eye-opening. I'm sure many people have already had their suspicions. Jeffrey Epstein was basically a he was basically the sort of holder of all these secrets, right? And he died with them, literally. But luckily, these files existed. And his wife, who I'm sure is serving very deserving time, is also someone that has much information. Um, so far, from what I've seen, obviously I haven't actually read the files or anything of that nature, but basically, in all realms of the elite, from governmental to social to artists, etc., there's individuals involved in these documents, in these activities, which is very, very unfortunate. Um, I have seen that many have unfollowed and sort of cut contact with Jay-Z. Um, I'm not surprised. I think they should. It's not good. It's not good at all, and he might be the next P. Diddy at this point. It's very, very.
Wasn't Jay Z like around like something to do with fucking Diddy too?
Yeah, I think
Could have
he
sworn
was
like
like
something around
affiliated or
that
some
too.
shit. Not too
Like
well versed in
that
it,
motherfucker
but
is always around like the wrong places. It's like, dude, like what the
yeah,
fuck?
people have already questioned him.
Hey,
Questioned.
I'll say this though. Drake wasn't on that shit.
Hell
She's
no.
not Drake.
Hell no.
Y'all
Drizzy
be
is a
swearing
real
up,
one.
upside down that motherfucker's.
Facts. Facts.
Anyways,
Like
shout out to Drake.
Kendrick, like not like us should be applied to Hollywood elite. That's what not like us should be applied to. Because that does apply to a lot of these people.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
Hollywood is a fucking shit show. Like if you want
yeah.
to like find where all the weirdos are, the pedophiles and the whole fucking nine, it's definitely Hollywood. All day, every day, bro.
Facts.
You'll
This is a
find all
fact.
kinds of weirdos. Swear to God.
They're not like us. That's
So
like Kendrick said. They're not like us. They're
some know how
not.
to hide it really well and blend
Yep.
in. Some are just fucking stupid. So
Yeah.
but
Look at Jeffrey E. He hid it for a long time, and then the truth came to light. So truth always comes to light, just like Drizzy said. Uh, see
yeah.
some other questions that were asked pre-live stream. Let's pull them up. Let's pull them up here. Shout out to you guys for the questions. There's a couple here. What battle in Naruto, either mentioned or somewhat show, would you like to have seen in full? That's a good question. A fight I would have liked to see in full. There's a couple. Perhaps the Sani versus Hanzo. How did it really go? Clearly he won. I want to see how that went. Um, Maybe Itachi versus Shishui. I know in the novels it says they sparred and Shishui won more times than not. They weren't allowed to use their Sharingans either. It was purely hand to hand and just skill based. That's another one I would want to see. Tobirama versus King, absolutely. So we could finally close that chapter. What happened? How did the battle go? That's definitely one that we'd like to see. Um, Probably a couple others, but those are some that come to mind. Definitely Tobirama versus King. See.
Absolutely. Those are some pretty good ones.
Yeah,
In all honesty, I think what I would really like to see, definitely some solid ones that you mentioned. Um, Toby Robin one, just to see blatantly how it went in both occasions when he fought Kinnigan.
yeah,
Um, that'd be really dope. And again, I'm gonna call it, if like for any reason we were to ever get like Kishimoto to like make a, I don't know, Naruto Shinobi Legends series or some whatever the fuck he's gonna title it, but just basically him titling like another Naruto animated series or even manga, because yeah, you start manga first. But
facts.
regardless, like if he were to do that, right? Whatever he calls it, but it's literally him focusing on all the things we did not get to see, you know what I mean, on screen or on paper, would be fucking amazing, because there's so many things in Naruto that we never saw, right? We just either
Exactly.
got statements for it, or it was just very like ambiguous, right? Very vague information surrounding certain things, and we just didn't get it, right? We didn't get the full picture or the full story. There's a lot of things in Naruto that he could expand on and cover and the whole nine. And it'd be fucking amazing. There's just so much good shit. Tobirama is definitely one of them. And again, like if he were to do that, I'm calling it, guys. I'm calling it. I swear up and down it. They had to go like Nine Tails transformation, and that's what gave Tobirama a hard time, and he got clapped up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And honestly, that would be like the best thing to fucking see, because then finally we could see all the Tobirama tards like just cry in a corner. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like they'll just finally realize, oh, what's your excuse now? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
let's be real, they're real happy and glad that that fight has never been shown or anything, because we all know damn well that he would look really bad. It wouldn't be no Minato one shot, where it makes Minato look like even more goaded, more stronger and shit. Like, nah, it'd be the complete 180, the opposite. But that would be amazing. But anyways, just a little backtrack. Other things that'd be really cool too is definitely to see like Madara training Obito. That'd be really cool.
that'd
That
be
was very
fire.
brief. We didn't really get to see all of it. Kakashi's dad, I think that's the best thing. Like out of everything,
Yeah,
definitely to see Kakashi's dad.
see the
Like, let's
fight.
be real, that would be some fire ass manga and anime episodes of him just fucking just slamming people. You know what I mean? Or just
Yeah,
like having like a similar type of status and aura effect like Minato had, where everybody's just running on
facts.
site, because he had a run on site order too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, he
literally, he
did.
had the same thing like Minato. He was that dangerous.
He's a monster.
And for Minato, it was because of like if he touched you, he could teleport whatever, you're dead. For the White Fang, we don't know why, right? So it's like it'd be really cool for them to expand on that. Um, it was kind of implied and hinted that he has like white chakra too, which has never been seen either. So maybe it's something to do with that. They could do a lot of cool things with him, show a lot of stuff, and you all know how like we love Kakashi, and how that was really great.
Facts.
Like that would be amazing, because
Yeah,
it'd basically be Kakashi, but like on steroids, but like even way beyond, the what Kakashi could do. It'd be some Minato type shit,
yeah.
or Sonic
He
type shit,
he
and
had
it'd
that
just
kind of
be
aura,
amazing.
just lore wise. He has that kind of aura,
Yeah.
like a
Like,
Minato.
because there
So
was that statement he had where he was beyond the Sonic. Now we don't know if that meant like all of them, or if it meant individually. So that there's that, right? But at the same time, for him to have a run on site order, I would probably say all of them, right?
facts.
Because typically when a ninja gets a run on site order, like you really just like they're just built different, right? You know what I mean? It's not common for that to be established. Like the Sonic, they didn't have that. They didn't have run on site orders.
Yeah, facts.
So that's what I'm saying.
Very
But
rare.
who knows?
Yeah,
But the argument to that though is like Shishui had it too. So, you know what I mean? So it's like then it gets like, is it really? So like it's interesting to think about. But regardless, yeah, definitely Kakashi's dad. That'll be amazing. Whether if it's the event that led to unfortunately what happened with his tragic death and all that, and getting some backstory, or it's just seeing him in the war and just caring, like what Minato did, right?
facts.
So that'll be really good. Another one is Hiruzen when he's young, when he like becomes Okage and he's young and shit. Like seeing all of that, seeing how he is, how he establishes like that professor, status and whatnot. That'll be really great too.
Yeah, there's definitely a
But
few
yeah,
that. Yeah,
There's a
definitely.
lot of good scenarios, man. Fagaku, definitely need more stuff on him, more feats. That'd be really cool. Why he got the Wicked Eye reputation.
Facts.
Was like for some reason compared to Minato, the Yellow Flash too, in many many ways. So
Yeah, a candidate.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that'd be dope. And then honestly, the only other thing I could think of is just maybe like a little bit more for Shishui. You know what I mean? Just to give him a
Definitely.
little bit more justice, right? Because
Yeah,
all that motherfucker really had was the anime and the video game. Other than
yeah.
that, in the manga, he didn't have shit. It's just
Nothing.
statements and lore.
Yeah,
It's just nothing but statements and lore. You know.
just all lore
Um,
based. Yeah,
yeah, like the anime and the game was the only thing that really established and showed him like it really gave him like good showings. Like the game, he shows his Susanoo, right? Which that makes sense because he has the MS in both eyes. Anyone that has awakens the MS, they're all capable of using the Susanoo. So I'd be really weird to argue he couldn't do that. And then not only that, Kishimoto designed his Susanoo and everything too. So it's like you can kind of take that however you want to take it, but we got the see his Susanoo, all that shit. The anime, this motherfucker was moving so quick, like he did body flicker and he had like after images and shit. Like it's basically
facts.
like some
Yeah,
after images shadow clone type shit. Like it's pretty dope.
yeah.
Um, and then he even had a feat in the anime. This was shown in the manga too. Everybody forgets about this, but it's when it was the Mist Village. There's a platoon of them, like Anbu and Joining and whatnot, and Shishu was with his platoon, and he just does like a ranged genjutsu, and they all start freaking out and like screaming and getting fucked up. And the guy does his Byakugan, and he's like, "Oh shit, this is Shishui." Like, yeah, we're retreating. Like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
run on
exactly.
sight shit. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
that was really cool. So again, like they could definitely expand on Shishui. Other than that, like I don't know about you, Jay, but seeing Jiraiya like when he acquired Sage Mode because we know
that'd
he
be interesting to see.
trained.
Yeah,
Yeah, like we know he started training for Sage Mode like when he was a kid, but we don't know like when that was established or obtained. You know what I mean? So
yeah. No,
that'd be really cool too.
it's
Like
never
when did he
stated.
finally acquire? Yeah, exactly. We just don't know. Like it's
Yeah,
really annoying. Like I would say it's definitely safe to say that he has it during part one Naruto, right?
yeah.
But other than that, like we just don't know. Like during the Hanzo fight, like did he have that, right? Like did he not? And I don't think he did, because if he did, like Ma and Pa would have been there, right? But they weren't. So
Facts.
like
Yeah,
maybe during the Hanzo time, like he just did not. He didn't have that shit. But I don't know. Like fucking who knows? So,
yeah.
but like that's just like the things I have. But
It's
it'd
a
be really
few
cool.
ones. Yeah. Thoughts on the ICE situation in the U.S. So here's the thing when it comes to ICE, right? They're a governmental agency, federal, right? I think naturally, due to the nature of the organization and what their goal is, many people are going to inherently respond to them with emotional bias and have very strong emotional responses to what's been taking place. But when it comes to court of law and what should be the outcome of events that transpire that involve the death of people, there has to be, there has to be due diligence, there has to be objectivity. I'm not familiar with all the death-causing events that have happened. I do know the first one, I believe, where someone was trying to drive into one of the ICE agents and clearly he had to defend himself and had to eliminate the individual trying to run him over. A car is literally a lethal weapon. Um, Now, as far as foreign policy, that's a whole different discussion. But when it comes to these interactions that involve life and death situations, clearly you have to defend yourself to the best of your ability. And if that involves eliminating someone else to save yourself, I do believe that is a fair choice to make. Um, I don't know all the other events. I know there's been some other deaths as well involving U.S. citizens, unfortunately. I think the death of anyone, whether a citizen or not, is a tragedy. But it's been a hot topic of discussion. I know there's been protests quite widely, Minneapolis, for example. But when it comes to these cases, context matters. The series of events matter to determine who's at fault and who's justified in their actions. And you got to use logic for that, despite our political beliefs or agendas. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And division of any kind is unfortunate. Humans are inherently tribal
Like
beings.
what
So
what I would what I would ultimately say at the end of the day, like my problem is again, it's similar to you, like knowledge, right? Like I would definitely have to do more homework on that and
Yeah,
really look and see both spectrums because you know how it goes. Whenever it comes to anything IRL based or politics or whatever the fucking case may be, there's always two sides to every fucking story, right? There's always, this side which is, the advocating the defense part, right? Then there's the other side where it's against them, and like, oh, they're evil. There's always both spectrums, right? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're either considered good or they're considered bad. This is how it always is, no matter what. Um, and again, if you guys recall, like Itachi's statement when it comes to like reality, perception, like whether what you think but what you don't, you know what I mean? Things like that. So again, that's why I always keep an open mind in these type of things. I don't just take it at a grain of salt or for what people are just saying or showing, It could be more that you just don't know, right? Um,
facts.
but at least for all the bad and the tragedies and all that stuff, like obviously that's a given, like that's horrible. I don't stand for that, the whole nine. As for what they're trying to do, and from what I've seen or heard, whatever, that I don't have too much of a problem with. If they are trying to apprehend, very dangerous immigrants or criminals or whatever the case may be, blah blah. Cool, right? Obviously I'm up for that. But again, it comes to the point at like what line do we, where do we draw the line? Right?
Yeah,
Um, and obviously, if there is an abuse of power or if there is injustices going on, whatever, then that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? I don't stand for that. So, but I'm not going to sit here like I completely know everything that's going on or whether if it is a good or bad thing inherently, the whole nine. But it is
yeah.
what it is.
Politics is a
So
very,
at the end of the
very,
day, like
yeah,
yeah. Like this brings you back to the question like when like before this was even a thing, what everybody was hyper focusing on and always judging the whole fucking time was the police. Like
yeah.
that's what it was initially, right? And you had the
Domestic.
police and
Yeah,
I'll just say this, like with anything, right? The military, you're gonna have the good and you're gonna have the bad. Same thing with the police. You're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad. Same thing with this. There's probably the good and there's probably the bad, right? And that's all I'm really gonna say with it. And the real question that really matters the most, okay, instead of cherry picking things or trying to force a narrative with your what you're cherry picking, like try to analyze and establish a consistency, right? To establish the basis, like an in general type claim, right?
yeah,
To where
exactly.
is there really constant and consistent injustices or really bad things? Because that's the thing too. Like, God forbid something happens, whether if it's the police, ICE, whatever the fuck it is, military, whatever, people are real quick to really amplify that, right? But yet they won't look at all the statistics and all the investigations or all the other arrests or whatever the fuck it is. They won't look at any of the opposing evidence of how many times nothing bad has happened. And it was as simple as an arrest or an investigation, and that's it, right? And so then it comes to the point like, is there more of that, right? To where things are always good, but then unfortunately there was this rare occurrence that happened that led to a tragedy, you know? Or is it the other way around where there is consistency of over and over and over really bad abuse of power and the whole nine, et cetera, right? So that's what you
Yeah,
guys really got to think of. That's my only
exactly.
advice to it. But
Yeah,
but yeah, again, just remain unbiased. Try to analyze the facts and really decide for yourself whether what really is the truth. So
yeah, it's a very complicated aspect of politics for sure. It's up there with some of the others that are divided to this day, but yeah, that's a complicated discussion. What are your thoughts on the manga versus comic discussion? From my understanding, the manga I believe outsold comics in the U.S. I might be mistaken on that in 2025. I believe manga has done a better job in general at consistency and producing content. They've been releasing theatrical releases. JJK came out not too long ago. A JJK film was very good. I believe, as well as Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia. I believe I might be mistaken on that, but they've been consistent. They're always at it, and the more consistent you are with your product, the more likely people are to see it. With comics, major theatrical releases take years to make. I mean, we're still waiting for fucking Doomsday. We waited like 5 years for Superman. It came out last year. Well, conversely, again, manga's weekly, monthly. We have animations coming out constantly. There are some that take many, many years, like Dragon Ball. But, we've had JJK, we've had Solo Leveling, we've had Boruto, the manga, we've had very, very numerous products coming out consistently. So I think the comic realm has some work to do, which is mostly Western made, right? The U.S. mostly. They should pick it up a little bit if they want to contend with manga, which has had a global scale influence. And I think they deserve it. It's very good content. So, um, yeah, it's an interesting time for sure, and happy for manga. Manga's great, you know. Let's see. Heard Sam Raimi was open to making a fourth Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film if he got the opportunity. Man, he should. I wouldn't. I don't think anyone with that was born before 2010 or 2005 would not mind that. So
But, like, bro, Jay, imagine if like they brought him back and like he has like a Sinister Six type movie.
that'd be
That would be
sick.
fucking lit.
Yeah, that would be
That'd be
sick.
crazy shit, right?
Yeah, I think he's
Like
gonna be
people
in
would fuck with
Doomsday.
that. You know what I mean? Or
Uh,
even
yeah,
yeah, yeah, more than likely, or at least guaranteed Secret Wars for sure.
at least Secret Wars.
But like even if they yeah, but even if they don't do a Secret Sinister Six, which let's be real, anyone that's gonna get a Sinister Six movie will more than likely be Tom Holland.
Yeah,
But
that's facts.
regardless, even if they don't do that, they could always establish like a villain for Tobey Maguire in his verse that we haven't seen as a Spider-Man villain yet, too. They could do Mr.
Facts.
Negative. There's a lot of villains we haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
Tombstone, like there's a good amount, you know.
yeah. On the big screen,
So,
there's still a few.
um, you got Hammerhead. Like there's a whole bunch that we have not fucking seen. So,
Facts. Yeah,
and Tobey Maguire, he don't miss, man. He started it all. He established it.
yeah.
There's even like Marvel actors that literally said if it wasn't for him, like the superhero genre and filming, acting, the whole nine wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for
That's a fact.
Tobey Maguire's movies and shit, you know?
Yeah, that's
So
literally a
yeah,
fact.
no, like
Yeah,
it definitely set the bar and that'll be amazing. But the unfortunate part about it is the guy that directed the movie for the Tobey Maguire, he already made statements announcing that like they're not making a fourth. Like he just gave like his
yeah,
reasoning, blah blah. And that's basically that. Now, I'll be honest, let's be real though. How many times we get statements from directors or actors or whatever, and it's just cap, right? It's just a bunch of fucking
facts.
bullshit. So for all we know, that's a bunch of bull, and they're just doing it because for marketing, whatever, and they want it to be a surprise, and obviously that's gonna blow up way more, right? If it just comes out of nowhere, you know.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
like
so
pleasantly shocking.
yeah, like if out of nowhere it's just announced and there's a trailer show, like come on, that's gonna get a lot of views and numbers. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah,
So it makes sense in a way for profit, marketing, the whole nine, for why they wouldn't just want to just put it out there that they are doing it. If anything, it'd be done in secret, or maybe as of now they can't do it for some reason, but it's
yeah,
potentially going to be done in the
facts.
future. We just don't know, right? You know,
Yeah,
so who knows?
they're
But
they're good at surprising for sure. Supposedly Andrew Tate wants to
yeah,
box Nico for 1 million. Honestly, Andrew Tate's performance against that retard he fought was so poor that that fight might be
honestly,
competitive.
Sneeko might win. Yeah, dead
Yeah, he
ass.
might
Yeah, yeah,
win.
Sneeko might actually win that
I
shit
think
because
Sneeko,
hasn't that bitch been like training in the whole nine
yeah,
with like actual UFC fighters or
yeah, like
boxers and
Sean
shit, you know?
Strickland and
So
fucking all these
yeah.
guys. So
But in all honesty, I kind of like. Here's the crazy thing because you know what I mean, like who they are at the end of the day. But Sneeko, that motherfucker is a weirdo.
yeah, he's
Oh my
weird as
god,
fuck.
he is so weird, bro. Like I
He's
like would really hope he gets his ass beat, but no, in our luck, he
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah. Tate
So
did not perform well. It wasn't good against someone that is nowhere near like world class at all. Um, yeah, Sneeko would probably beat him, honestly. Wasn't there a Blade game that was supposed to come out? I think there was. I don't know if that's been scratched or not, but I do remember them saying a Blade game was going to come out.
yeah, it was. They did a trailer. It was during like the Game Awards type thing. It
Yeah,
showed that. It showed a couple amount of trailers. It was like Wolverine,
yeah,
Blade, Spider-Man 2 at the time, whatever. We got Spider-Man 2. We already have a confirmation of Wolverine. We got all that whatnot. Blade is still a little bit. It's clearly still in the works. Like they're gonna do it, but it's just not ready. So
yeah.
they're doing Wolverine first, which in all honesty is the safest bet to do. Like
Facts.
let's be real, Spider-Man and Wolverine, like you're not gonna fail that. You're
No,
not. You know what I mean?
you can't
So
miss on that.
yeah, like there's no way. Like you would really have to be a shitty ass fucking game design, the fuck you call it, to sell that, to fold.
Facts.
So yeah, it makes sense for them to do Wolverine next, and then we're probably gonna get the Blade thing, and it'll just keep going. Like who knows? Maybe eventually we might even get a fucking Avengers game that has them like all together or some shit,
Facts.
So
Yeah.
who knows?
I
But
think that Blade movie got scrapped as
yeah.
well. Yeah, probably. I haven't heard about it
Yeah, yeah,
since.
yeah. Blade movie. Yeah, and Blade. Unfortunately, like they just been doing that character dirty. Like really have.
Facts for years, like
Like,
decades.
yeah.
Ever since
Like,
Wesley
and
Snipes
Blade's a
played
dope
him, bro.
character. Like he's
Yeah,
a
he's
really cool
dope as
character. Like,
hell.
is he my favorite? Do I care like that much? No. So that's why it don't really bother me that much.
Yeah,
But he is a dope character.
he's
He's pretty
dope.
cool.
Yeah, a lot of
So
aura.
yeah,
Yeah, ever since Wesley Snipes played his ass, it's been I don't know what the hell happened, but it's unfortunate.
yeah.
There's another question here. Let me see. Feel free to ask any questions, by the way, folks. Again, political games, shows coming up. The Super Bowl is next Sunday. UFC just had, I believe, had its first event on Paramount. UFC 325. Shout out to Alexander Volkanovski. He's the GOAT at featherweight. I do think he's the GOAT now. Yes, Topuria whipped his ass, but Topuria left the division, so I can't call him the GOAT. Um, let's see. There's another question here. Which fight do you think is better between Naruto vs Sasuke Part 1 or Naruto vs Sasuke End of Shippuden? That's a tough question. Um, damn. Obviously, I think it's safe to say the latter was better animated because it's just newer. Naruto vs Sasuke End of Shippuden, as far as animation, but that's just due to the times. It's a newer fight. As far as the choreography and the greatness, and I might lean towards Part 1. I might be biased though, because that was like during the heyday of Naruto, but it's pretty close, man. It's pretty close as far as enjoyment, choreography, emotional appeal, impact, things of that nature. I'd probably lean towards Part 1 slightly. It's pretty close. It impacted me more personally, so I am biased with that opinion.
Yeah, like they both didn't miss. Like they really didn't. Like
Yeah,
Naruto Part One was obviously nostalgic, like the whole nine, whatever, and it set everything up. You know what I mean? But
facts.
it was fucking peak, man. Like they like every arc was just a banger. You know what I mean? Like manga,
Yeah,
anime, whatever, the whole nine. And then we eventually had like Shippuden. You know, when that came into it, it just further substantiated it even more. Like it was just really fucking good.
facts. Yeah, it
And
was
in all
great done.
honesty, like it's kind of like hard to compare and contrast the two because like they both shine in their own elements, right? And so on and so like Shippuden obviously is gonna take it way more when it comes to, like screen time, character growth, you know what I mean? Like power growth and shit. Like just everything, like even plot twists. Like there's a lot more Shippuden technically has hands down in comparison to Naruto, but that's just because of how long Shippuden is, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Naruto was only so long. Like Naruto was like it was kind of like the trials, right? Like Kishimoto was kind of testing the waters with it, and fortunately, it really blew the fuck up. And it's to this day is considered at least top five or top three out of all mangas and animes. In popularity and you name it. So
facts.
like fucking, so again, like you so much from Naruto, but if there's certain things you analyze and bring that into comparison with Shippuden, Naruto Part One slams hands down, right? Like it really just depends what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's the problem. Like I will say, like when Naruto Part One, what I really loved about it the most was like the dark layers with it. I felt like there was a lot more dark layers within Part One Naruto in
yeah, I
comparison
agree.
to Shippuden. Like Shippuden had some crazy shit too. You could even argue that it was even darker and better as well. But like at least like for the atmosphere, the environment, consistent, it was some shit, right? It was pretty fucking crazy. Um, and then you also had like the traditional like combat, like hand to hand fighting, like that was really good too.
Yeah, it was very
So
well
there
done.
was you lot of good traditional hand-to-hand combat fighting in Part One Naruto. While in Shippuden, they had that to a degree, but it was more of like jutsus or hacks or power-ups, you know what I mean, or all this other crazy shit, and then eventually like just like goes into some Dragon Ball Z shit, you know what I mean? So so like it really just depends.
Yeah, it
It
definitely
really
does.
depends.
It's definitely very
Like
opinionated
Shippuden,
for sure.
like this is a hard one too. Like with Part One and Shippuden, when it comes to like the philosophy or morality impacts they have, like the messages they delivered. Because Part One does really well with certain things, and then Shippuden does really well with the same thing. So that's a hard one. But I do like if I had to compare and contrast all the elements of philosophy that they had, I would lean towards Shippuden. Like what they did with Madara was really good. With Pain and Nagato was really good.
Yeah,
With the cycle of hatred and whatnot. With Itachi being like, the double agent thing, spy, Shadow Okage, all that, like how controversial that was and everything he did, that was really fucking good. You know what I mean? So like Shippuden did really, really well. While
yeah,
part one only really had like the Zabazan Haku thing, right? The philosophy or morality thing with that. And then the next thing was like, I guess you would, yeah, say Sasuke, right, with his whole vengeance thing,
Sasuke retrieval.
Um,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, but that's really it, right? Like for like the philosophy of morality, like while Shippuden had like way more in depth
yeah,
writing for that.
definitely more in
We got,
depth.
yeah, you know what I mean, like more information, and we just got way more, right? Like so
Yeah,
that is not the hands down that would be on the side we should put in, but
yeah, facts.
better than
Um,
that, like again, it just really depends about,
yeah,
so.
exactly. Speaking of Marvel, have you guys seen that new Wonder Man series? I actually haven't. That character I kind of forgot about. Not gonna lie. I'm glad they made a series about it. I heard a lot of good reviews about it. I'm gonna check it out. He's kind of an obscure character even I barely knew about him. As you know, as far as like the fandom. But I definitely want to check it out. From my understanding, he's quite powerful as well. So he's kind of Superman-like, So yeah, I definitely want to check that out. What's an underrated aspect about the Naruto series? That's a good question. Underrated? Perhaps. As far as underrated, that's a good question. I wouldn't say the fighting, because people always have at least 3 or 4 fights to bring up when you ask them about that. Characters, I mean, you have some of the most beloved characters in anime in that narrative: Madara, Itachi, Minato, Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi. Maybe ideological, sort of ideological clashes, perhaps, that take place in Naruto. They're very underrated. Um, the whole idea of free will versus guaranteed peace, right? What should hold more weight, morally or ethically? I believe that ideological clash is underrated or perhaps not even really understood by many. Obviously, many casuals watch the show for more so entertainment, not so much ideological discussion or exploration. But I think in terms of that, it's one of the most in-depth sort of representations of that kind of conflict, um, which I believe is a conflict that exists in our own reality. The idea of free will and the idea of guaranteed peace and where that fine line is, right? So that sort of exploration is underrated or underrepresented even. So thoughts on the current state of the Star Wars franchise? Feels like there's hardly anything going on with it. I agree. Star Wars isn't the talk of the town right now in the fiction fandom. In the fiction fandom, it really isn't. Um,
It's
it's yeah, it's a quiet
like
time.
it's really sad too, Jay. Like how do
Yeah,
you fold fucking Star Wars?
yeah, it's
Like
so iconic.
it's a very, very popular franchise. At least speaking, like, yeah, numbers wise, what, like obviously you're gonna have exceptions to the rule for everything, but
Yeah,
like it's extremely, extremely popular to the majority. Like
yeah,
it's really great. Like the fucking books did phenomenal, the comics amazing, the animated, all that was amazing. Even like the OG movies that first came out was like amazing. Like it was
facts.
fucking great.
Yeah,
And then like ever since we got like the new, like the next generation, basically Boruto for Star Wars, right? That's what we had. Okay. It was fucking just it was either mid or fucking shit. Like it was
yeah,
fucking just really bad. Like they sold, and because of that, and because of it not doing nowhere near as good as like all the other OG stuff did and whatnot, and or out of like even nowhere near as good as like the games, like everything that happened like a decade ago, whether it was the Star Wars games, the movies, the TV shows, animated, all that, it hit fucking crazy numbers for financial profit. But when the
facts.
new shit came out, it was just fucking buns. It was shit.
Yeah,
And ever since that, like I feel like they've been like kind of tiptoeing and like not really knowing where to dive or what to go into the whole nine. And they've just been kind of selling. Like they had like two recent new Star Wars games that they came out, which is like the Jedi Survivor or like Last or whatever, blah blah. And those weren't that bad. Like they were pretty good. Would I say like
yeah,
insane or like crazy? No, but it was good, right? But other than that, like that's the last thing they ever really had that was decent with Star Wars. So it's like I agree with what he's saying. Like it's kind of been disappointing and really sad because like
Yeah.
what makes no sense to me is like the material is there and they have the things that they can really expand on that they would make crazy money with and
Facts.
people have been requesting and wanting for decades. Like there's
Yeah.
YouTubers or streamers that have been literally at like that are sponsored with Star Wars that literally make crazy money with Star Wars because they make content with them or they do things whatever. And they have even been asking or giving them ideas of what to do and show, but they just won't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. And then like the CEO the CEO that they had for Star Wars, I forgot what her name is, but it was some fucking chick that was running it for a good bit. Because at first it was a guy, he did all like the older stuff, right? Then they had this chick to take over, and ever since everything went with her, it's been kind of like been really fucking shit, or it's been like oh it's kind of, but it just hasn't been great, right? And
Yeah.
everybody's been bitching about her and wanted her to go, whatever's the whole nine. They finally got someone into it, but then there's just been silence, and we don't know what's fucking going on, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the
Exactly.
problem right now. It's a really unfortunate hiatus. But like I'll give one example. Like if whether if it's a movie or a TV show, I would say to do a TV show. But if we got a Darth Vader series, like right after episode 3, when he becomes Darth Vader and he learns everything,
Facts.
and we get a TV show that starts showing right there and then, where this motherfucker is like going hunting across the
Like
galaxy for the
peak
last
Vader.
Master Jedis,
Yeah.
fighting, yeah, like he's fighting all these Master Jedis, having crazy fights and shit, or like soloing everything, like just like, or even his journey to how he creates like his red lightsaber and shit. Like, if we got all of that, that would be fucking amazing, bro.
That would be fire.
Bro, people would go crazy over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The
Like
viewership would
Obi-Wan,
be.
pretty good too. The TV, yeah, like
Yeah.
the TV show with Obi-Wan, that did pretty good. Would I
Yeah.
say like it like really blew everything out of the park? No, like it didn't like hit like
Yeah.
that, but
Nah.
it did really good, right? It was really good. So like again, like that would be amazing because like guys, think about it. Like remember all the times like even though the show was called Obi-Wan, who stole the show? Who really stole it? Darth Vader. Every time he
Facts.
came, that
Yeah.
like it was fucking amazing, right? You know, when he first walks and he detects Obi-Wan and he's looking for him, like was amazing. Or he like snapping people's necks and shit without even looking at him. Like fucking then like when the ship is like flying in the air like a big ass spaceship, fucking crazy powerful, and he just grabs it with one hand, he's like, no bitch, and just crushes it, you know, and
Facts.
like and opens it up. But yet they had like another ship that went and then they got away. Like, bro, like every time we saw that man on the screen, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah. It was
It was so
spectacular
good,
and
dude. You know, so like, so imagine having a show with that, dude. Like, I
yeah.
don't know what your thoughts are, Jay, but that would be phenomenal, bro.
Yeah,
It
he's one of the
really would.
characters that immediately would gain viewership. What's going on, Raspberry? So many people believe, at least Star Wars fans that have, that are informed, they believe after George Lucas, who's the man that started it all, the man that made Vader, the man that was there leading the charge when Obi-Wan fought Anakin, all the most historic moments we've ever seen that are some of the most pivotal moments in fiction. George Lucas was at the helm. He sold Star Wars, I think, in 2012 to Disney. Walt Disney bought it for like $4 billion, and many people think after that it declined. The source material wasn't used properly. Disney diluted it with its own agendas and ideas, and I don't know. The magic's not there. The main character, I believe her name is Ray. Not terrible. It is what it is. Just the magic isn't there. Her development, I could think, could have been a lot better. The fights, the emotional just appeal could have been so much better. I just think that
Bro,
that
they
magic
folded Luke
isn't there.
Skywalker. How do you
Yeah,
fold Luke?
that's
That
crazy.
motherfucker is like amazing. Like he's like fucking Hashirama basically in the fucking
Yeah,
books or even like the anime, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, how do you fold that?
that
Like,
magic is just
and
gone.
like, oh, here's another good thing they had recently that she did a good job. The Mandalorian, that was
Yeah,
good,
that was
right?
good.
Like
That was good.
they were heading the right direction. That was really good. They had a great actor for it. Baby Yoda, that was fucking cool and
That's
whatnot.
fire.
But then when they showed Luke in that show, like, bro, that was bro. The way that man came up and just started slaughtering everything, like fucking cold and like some
Yeah,
Madara Chia type shit.
facts.
Like that was great, but then you have like the newer movies, and they were fucking shit.
Yeah,
Like
they were
they
very
made Luke look
disappointing.
like a fucking like it was like old man Harrison, but like on steroids. Like he was just I don't know, but it was they did him bad, bro. It just wasn't good.
Yeah,
It
the
wasn't good.
magic's it's
Like when he
gone.
stood in front of that entire army, when he stood there in front of that entire army, like the Empire, I was expecting this man to do some Madara Uchiha type shit, like the Shinobi line, and just fucking shit on him. But instead, he was just like a ghost projection, and he was like meditating, like who knows where, like fucking far as shit, and like just doing some hologram type shit. You know what I mean? And was
Facts.
just trolling them basically, and just buying time, and that's all it was. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then he dies right after. Like I don't know, bro. Like it
It
was
was
not it, man.
disappointing
It was
that
not it.
George Lucas just
Like
had a magic about him. That time,
yeah.
I mean, it was a different kind of
Like
magic.
Jay, you know the Force Unleashed games, how crazy those were, like with
Those were
Star
so
Killer, like that motherfucker
yeah.
was a menace.
He was a
Like, bro,
monster.
imagine we got like some fucking Star Killer type shit or Force Unleashed type shit with Luke when he was looking at that
Facts.
army of the Empire.
Yeah, that would have
Bro, that
been
would be, bro. People would
amazing.
have lost their minds, bro. Yeah, like so. I don't know, man. They're just selling, dude.
Yeah, they've
Like
definitely
again,
sold.
like they I don't know. Like they go the right direction, and then they just epically fail and fail and fail and fail. So like, yeah, it's been
It's
bad. It's been bad.
yeah, and Disney's been buying a lot of these billion-dollar franchises. I believe they bought Marvel as well. I forgot when. Let me look it up real quick. They bought Marvel, and after they did that, there's some that have killed. Movies that the Avengers movies are. There's no way they would have missed. But you had like Thor, Love and Thunder, and all the like She-Hulk and shit. It's like we want to see emotionally impacting action films. We don't want to see political agendas being pushed and all this bullshit. I mean, to an extent, there's always the idea of the evil and the good, but it's always been more surface level, like, oh, the bad guy's an asshole and he kills people and the good guys stop him. But when you start bringing up more divisive terms and topics, it's you start to lose the audience. People don't want to go to, they want to escape reality, not see more of it. So when they're hearing about like fucking pronouns and all this other bullshit. No one gives a fuck about that when they're going to watch a Marvel film. Like, bro,
Yeah,
no one
no,
cares about
like, bro, like
feminism.
if you want to do a political event, some type of really cool morality or philosophy type political event, you
Yeah,
have examples that made crazy numbers in Marvel, mind you. Like just one example, the Civil War, right?
facts.
You could easily do that. There's Civil War one story in the comics in which they did try to do, but in my opinion, like it was a great movie, by the way. That was a very, very good movie.
Yeah, it was.
But if you compare that to the comic, fucking shit, fucking
Yeah, no, it
dog
did live
shit.
up to that.
Not
Yeah,
even at all. Like did not. So like I'm hoping they really do like another Civil War event. You know what I mean? Because that is like good fucking morality, political type shit that people want to see, right?
facts.
Like again, like Jay said, we don't want to see all the other bullshit and whatever. Like because Civil War was as simple as you know Iron Man agreed that all superheroes should have their identities revealed. You know what I mean? And here's the pros and cons and why, right? And Captain America was against that. He's like, no, here's pros and cons. I don't think every hero should be required to force and reveal their secret identity to the public because of AYZ reasons, right? And that's what it was. Just as simple as that.
Facts.
But both sides were understandable, the whole nine, and fucking popped off where you had everybody fighting each other, heroes against heroes, villains against villains, heroes versus villains, the whole fucking nine. It was a crazy ass event. Shit went down.
Facts.
But they didn't do that at all. So that'd
Yeah,
be great. That'd be good to do. You also have the Avengers versus the X-Men. That was also some controversial shit. You know what I mean? And the whole theme of that and whatnot, and you name it. Like, there's a lot of good stories politically wise, right? That you could
yeah,
do that would work and be fine. Not no whatever we got fucking going on IRL, and like nobody cares for that shit.
yeah.
You
No one
know?
cares about that shit.
Fucking so yeah, no, nobody
Yeah,
cares.
that's what it's come down to,
So
and we care about larger, more important matters, like Naruto, for example. Again, going back to that free will versus guaranteed peace. That's a real problem. That's a real, you know, head thinking problem. Not fucking what your pronoun is. Not you trying to be an empowered feminist. No
you
one
know,
gives a
that's a
fuck.
fucking great example.
No one
Like
gives a fuck.
Naruto, like they did that right too. Like that's you hit it right on the fucking nail. Like talking
Yeah,
about the concept of free will versus like non-free. Like and the whole like that's a good one. You know what I mean?
that's
Not
real.
no bullshit.
Yeah, no
like
bullshit, no microaggressions, whatever terms some of these people use now. It's bullshit. No one gives a fuck. Like, go do that on
like the
your.
cycle of hatred, like
Yeah,
vengeance, all
bro.
that. That's a good one. That's
That's
actually a
real.
good philosophy of moral. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like even in our real world, that's a fucking thing. The whole nine.
grounded
Like so,
ideas.
there's things you can do that you can kind of like basically mold it into correlation to whatever whatever fiction thing it is, right? And it works. But then you
Exactly.
have the a certain shit where it's like nobody gives like we don't care for that. We deal with enough as it is in the real world. We don't want to see that in this implemented
Yeah, no
because
one takes
again,
that
like
serious.
it doesn't
Yeah,
essentially have it. It doesn't essentially have importance, is what I'm getting at.
it doesn't.
It really fucking doesn't. It really doesn't. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't. Like sure, if we're talking about like should everybody be loved and accepted or whatever, cool, sure, yeah. But does it really have absolute importance in the grand scheme of things, right? What really, runs the world matters? No,
exactly.
right?
No,
Ultimately, no. Doesn't fucking
no.
matter,
Basically, putting
That's
first
really
world
all it is,
problems into superhero films and stuff, that should be avoided. Like fucking feminism and fucking all this bullshit. We don't
Like
give a
imagine
fuck,
if we
dude.
saw fucking Naruto. Like, imagine if Kishimoto tried to do some weird IRL shit with Naruto, like, and be like, "Oh, a guy goes through this and blah 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 and this and that or whatever." We don't care for that,
Yeah,
bro. Like, you know what I mean?
we're gonna
Like,
drop the
no,
manga.
fuck
Fuck no.
that. Like, keep all that
Yeah,
shit out. Yeah, no, fuck no. I don't want to see no IRL male agenda, whatever. Fuck that. Same
yeah,
thing
fuck
for
that shit.
that and for anything else. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
that's the
Instead, you
mistake.
wanna know how they did it? They
Yeah,
did it the safe way, where what they did with him is hard work, right? Working super hard to achieve your dreams and whatnot, and never giving up, right?
yeah,
And then also being extremely understanding and empathetic to other people to try to resolve their problems peacefully, right? Instead of just with violence,
exactly.
or just as simple as I'll just kill the fuck,
A real
like
issue.
again, he went about it the right way or just safe
Yeah,
areas, right? Where it's like people can fuck with it and understand it or even relate to it, right? Because it's a positive, relatable thing,
exactly.
not something that could be controversial or somehow perceived negatively or just some weird shit that we don't care about, or just
Yeah,
something that we hear enough as it is on fucking social media, you know?
yeah. Like
So, I
basically
absolutely agree.
avoid
No.
indoctrination with first world problems. That will put you in the good graces of 90% of the United, of people. People that have common sense, people that don't live in echo chambers, people that aren't bullshitting and trying to, you
Hey,
know,
Jay, I
basically,
just thought of?
yeah.
I just thought of? Imagine seeing like Sakura on some like fucking abortion arc or some
Oh
bullshit,
hell
and
no.
like like in fucking after Shippuden report, I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the
Ki
oh,
Kishimoto would be like, fuck no,
abortion
bro.
is evil or abortion like get this shit out of here, bro. Like fuck no,
Even
no, yeah,
Kishimoto knew not to do
yeah,
that
no.
shit.
Thank
It's
God.
like,
Like
fuck no, bro.
that's one thing I'll give anime all day every day. I'll give anime this all day every day. They typically try to keep the real world out of their shit in order to make it
Yeah,
good, whatever. And hands up, I love that all day every day. I
hell
do
yeah.
not want to
And
be seeing any of that
and
bullshit.
who knows? Maybe that's why manga outsold comic books this 2025 because they stick to the basics. They don't go to bullshit and they don't try to appease to
Like in Stan
minorities.
Lee, like here's another good example too. Like Stan Lee, when he did all his Marvel comics and whatnot, let's say even if he brought an IRL element into it, he also did it the right way. Like if he
Yeah,
was talking about
it made
racism
sense.
or colored people, whatever, he did it in just a very simple, like way to just the way he amplified it, like the emphasis of it, how it was structured, it worked, right? He didn't just make it the hyper focus though. He's not doing like all this weird shit or like trying to like you know what I mean. Like it was done right, So like
Exactly.
even if you have certain things that somehow is connected to the IRL scheme of things, like again, there's a way to go about it to where it basically pleases both sides of the audience, or it's as simple as we can obviously all agree that racism is bad, right? Like
Exactly.
that
Universally
simple as
accepted.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And things that universally accepted, and those are the things again that you can implement or show, not something that is controversial or something
Some bullshit.
where
Yeah.
you're gonna have both sides, where one side is pissed and the other is not, and then blah blah because for one you're also taking a gamble, market value
Yeah.
and like your profit to like for it to be good, like you're
It'll
taking a
tank.
huge fucking gamble
Yeah.
because you're either gonna it's gonna go down the fucking drain or
Yep.
whatever, so like again, like for the most part, that's really just as simple as it is. Another good way that was implemented too, the boys, they also did it very good
Oh,
too,
beautifully done.
to where they brought some like, oh, how would be, yeah, beautifully done. They
Yeah.
showed basically how like superheroes would be like if it really was in our world, and that was done really well. and then they also had like the Homelander with Trump stuff and all that, whatever,
Exactly.
blah blah. Like
Yeah.
it, in the way they went with it, it worked, right? And it
Yeah.
fucking popped off numbers, whatever. Now you're still gonna have like that small percentage because again, now you
Yeah.
when they did that
Extremists.
little Trump shit or whatever, they compare like
Yeah.
people, yeah, people got butthurt and but that was like a very small percentage to where it didn't unfortunately cancel the show or fucked it over sales wise, or it didn't do anything to jeopardize its success value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, like the examples are there. There's way to go about it, whether if it's universally accepted or if it's not too much, tiptoeing over, the fucking gray area. Like there's ways to go about it, but
Yeah.
it
And here's
just
the thing about the
unfortunately certain
boys.
people don't understand that, and then
Yeah.
they'll go to the bad shit or the obvious extreme or just the crazy shit, and then they
Yeah.
wonder why it fails.
Yeah. Here's the
So,
thing about the boys that's
but
so beautifully done. Like, there is this insinuation that his Homelander side is the right, and the alt right, and Starlight's is the right alt left. Here's the thing though, it's so fucking good that no one gives a fuck. It's that good. They do it right. They don't force it in your face. They're not making it literal, right? Perhaps they're insinuating it, but the story is so good, so polarizing, so well done. It doesn't fucking matter. It's comparing the boys. You can't compare it to
yeah,
She.
'cause Starlight was more in the left propaganda, right? Or
Yeah.
like all like the left type stuff, while Homelander was like the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like
That makes sense. Yeah.
comparing the boys to She-Hulk shaking her ass on the She-Hulk show, nowhere near the same. Like that's forced. That's not organic. It's not natural. It's not like something that we would not look at with a second thought or second eye. The boys is just beautifully done. Like yeah, perhaps they do have some political satire, but it's beautifully done. No one gives a fuck because it's that good. It's that well done. It's an organic show. The comics, it stays true to the comics. Homelander's character, that's just who he is. Perhaps the creator of
But
the
Jay,
boys, like,
but the Deadpool, he was doing the same thing in his Wolverine movie.
yeah, it's like it's so well done
It's
that
like
it doesn't even
no,
matter.
false equivalence, this and this, blah,
Yeah,
blah, hold on.
false
Like, you're
equivalence
talking about a
completely.
fucking character that for one is insane. Like,
Yeah,
that's the first thing. Insane, does crazy shit, says crazy shit, pure comedy, you know what I mean? The whole like everything,
yeah,
like that character is just chaos itself, right? Like
it's
he's
a
doing
yeah.
things that he literally does all the time,
That's
right?
just who he is.
Well,
This is his nature.
then you have another character where it's like, does this character actually behave like this, and so on and so forth, and blah blah whatever, and yada yada yada. And then when you analyze it and actually look, it's like no, and it's like, wait, what the fuck we do? We're just throwing shit in there, right? Like that's why it's not accepted, right? Or there's
Yeah,
problems or whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So the boys is it's very well done. Thoughts on Will Smith and his family? Will Smith
Will Smith.
is yeah, he's an example of a man that
Fucking Smith.
allowed his wife to really damage his reputation. Now, no excuses. He's a grown man. He went up to fucking Chris Rock and slapped him in the fucking face. But what led to that was Will Smith's allowance of his wife
Being the bitch.
sleeping with another man, still glorifying a man that's not even alive anymore. By the way, R.I.P. Tupac. Um, and all this anger, right, built up inside of him. And even publicly, he allowed his wife to say to his face, "Oh, I had an entanglement," as if it wasn't a big deal and as if it wasn't infidelity. That's Will Smith's fault. That's completely his fault. He
Yeah.
chose her.
Hey,
She's for
you
the
want to know the
streets.
craziest thing, Jay? You want to know the craziest thing? Like she had that man on a leash for like the majority of his fucking life. She did all these
His
crazy
career.
things,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh yeah, that's fine, blah blah, and accepting this and whatever, blah blah. Like she was running him down, bro. Like
Fucking him.
everybody was telling him, hey, get the fuck away. No, bad. Like no, you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
just didn't give a fuck, right? He's just being a fucking idiot. Like he's a perfect example of to never ever put yourself in his shoes ever,
Hell no.
because
Hell no.
eventually, with everything Jay just brought up and discussed, we get to the Oscar moment to where kept where he makes a joke, the comedian makes a fucking joke, and Will Smith is laughing. Like when you
He
watch it,
is.
he's laughing. Like he's
He
having a
is.
great time, whatever. But then his wife got mad. And the moment she looked at him and gave him the look, then it's like he switched, right? And he's like, oh shit, like I shouldn't be cool with this or laughing or whatever, blah blah, or just whatever, blah blah. He's like, oh, okay, no, I fucked up, and something in him just fucking snapped.
Yeah, it
Like,
did.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just because like he really didn't want to like be on her side, right? Or if it was just like everything that Jade just talked about, and like just everything has a domino effect. But either way, he fucking snapped, and then on fucking camera in the front of the whole world, bro, committed a crime and
Literally.
then got away with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally got away with it. Like
like,
nothing happened. Gave his speech after and shit. Like, bro.
like,
Bro,
and I'm sorry, it was so embarrassing. The most embarrassing. Yeah. He won the fucking Grammy, yeah, right for that movie, and he's
yeah,
crying
bro.
and shit and blah blah. And I'm like, oh hell no,
He's
because
like,
if
did you
that
not
was
just
any
slap
other
Chris
person,
Rock?
especially
Yeah.
yeah, especially like if that was if that was me or Jay, we'd have been arrested on the fucking spot. Okay,
Facts. The
on
fuck?
the fucking spot. Okay,
Yeah, bro.
especially if you're a colored individual, you more have probably a little bit more of a probability of not getting away with it or being judged differently, right?
Facts.
You know, so like it's like, bro, like it was just some crazy shit.
It
Like,
was
yeah, no,
crazy and yeah,
like
like
I'm sorry, the downfall. Like, that's the sad part. Will Smith had such a crazy downfall, like, but
wild
because
downfall.
he was great, he was goated, he was
His
great
legacy.
when he was
Yeah.
doing the thing. But the moment he got with that fucking chick, and everything
Spiraled.
just went to shit, just went sideways. You
And
know,
that
even his kids are like
weird.
fucking weird and like
Yeah.
fucked. Like,
They're like weird,
I
like
can't say the daughter.
liberal.
I think she's
Yeah, the
probably
daughter.
fine. I know she makes fucking shit music,
Yeah, she does.
but
She's
she like
shitty.
as a person, I think is very sane and
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Jaden's a
Jaden
weird one.
Smith, that motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that like how do you get Will Smith and then get that fucking kid?
That's
Like,
wild.
like,
That's
I don't
wild.
know.
Like
Yeah,
he
he
was
just sold.
goated.
He sold his life, bro. He sold.
Yeah, Will was
Yeah.
goated back then, and it just goes to show you if you pick the wrong woman, they can lead you astray. And again, Will made his mistakes.
Yep.
That's his fault. But she influenced him clearly. She slapped another grown man on camera in front of millions and millions of people. And now that's
Yeah.
what he's remembered. Unfortunately, that's what he's remembered for. It's not I Am Legend. It's not I,
Yep.
Robot, which
It's
were
not
goated
Hancock.
movies. Not Hancock.
Robot, yeah,
It's this.
Hancock,
It's
all
this.
his incredible movies, all his most
His
goated
merit. Yeah.
blockbuster fucking crazy number movies, like known as one of the best actors in the world, probably top 10 at least, right? Like
Facts.
all that just like, oh no, instead people's immediate go to, oh yeah, he slapped Chris Rock, you know. And
Yep.
it's sad. It really is sad, man. You know,
Very sad.
or people are thinking about his fucking wife on television, like blatantly just like, oh yeah, I fucked Tupac. I miss him. I wish I was still with him. Blah blah.
Facts,
You
bro.
can never be him.
He just
Like
sits
all these
there.
crazy shit, bro.
Bro.
It just sits there and takes it, and I'm like, oh hell no.
The lesson is don't ever be
Like,
whipped by a
hell
woman,
no.
bro. Don't ever be whipped. Like, no matter how much you care, if
That's
they're
crazy.
disrespecting you, bro, you gotta move on. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. So, don't ever allow
But I'm
yourself
gonna
to
say this
become that.
too. I'm gonna say this too. You wanna know where he fucked up too? You wanna know where he fucked up? He's with a woman that's in Hollywood too. Because
Facts.
I'm sorry, but men too. Men, women in Hollywood, 9 out of 10 times, they are not relationship material or they're
Hell
fucking
no.
crazy, bro. I swear
Narcissism
to
is real.
God. Like fucking athlete, yeah, athletes, even actors, yeah, actors, anyone in Hollywood, just the famous fucking people, whatever the fuck you're doing, a singer, actor, whatever. 9 out of 10 times they are crazy ass motherfuckers,
A
or
lot of
they literally
chaos.
cannot be in a committed relationship to save their fucking life because of their ego or just blatant, like the whole fucking night, right?
This is
It
fact.
just never works. Like, and it opens my mind because like athletes or actors, whatever the fuck, they always make the mistake of trying to be with someone within that dating ballpark, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just looking for some normal average fucking Joe out there, right? Like
Average person.
I'll never get it.
It's very
I'll
strange.
never like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, he was smart. He found a fucking a woman, like just some normal woman out there, right? Fell in love, whatever the whole nine. And then unfortunately a tragedy happened, where somehow like she hit her head like at the beach or something. And it wasn't nothing crazy, but like just when she hit her head, like something happened within her brain, which is very rare, and she died because of it. Like a couple days after, she just died.
Yeah.
Like, but he was with an average chick, and everything was great. He had peace, whatever the whole nine. And then ever since her death, like he never moved on. He just stayed single. Like,
Yeah,
well,
he's
technically he got married to this one chick. But it was some there was context with it. He's not really married to her, but on paper he is, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But anyways, point being said is like ever since that he just stopped whatever and that was it, and that's probably because of the grief or maybe he just can't move on, right? But either way, like made a great fucking decision, and to this day he has his legacy. He has a reputation.
legend.
He's a fucking goated actor. You know, the
Yeah.
John Wick movies, a legend. One
Yeah.
of the fucking legend at like great. Fan fucking tastic, right? You know, like so again, like just if you want to like I don't know, I'll never fucking understand it. Like the
Yeah.
amount of times I see like an athlete or whoever and they're just going after the weirdest or most craziest fucking people. It blows my
Yeah.
mind. It really does.
It's
You
very
know,
chaotic.
like another example, fucking what's her name? What the fuck is her name? Uh fuck, is it Jennifer Lopez? Is it her?
She's for the
It's the bitch that
streets.
has like a million divorces. She has like a
Yeah,
million.
Jennifer
She's collecting them
Lopez.
like fucking infinity rings or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Jennifer
Lopez.
Lopez.
Yeah.
Like her, like bro, like no, red flag, red fucking flag, bro.
Been divorced like 1,000 times.
All the fucking dudes, if it's an actor or whatever the fuck it is, the dude's like, oh yeah, no, I got this. I'll be different. I'll secede.
I'm like, bitch, she's
shit.
50. She's not gonna change, bro. It's too late.
Here's the worst one. Then you have like an NBA male dude, right? Like this guy has every chick he's been with, gets the bitch pregnant, whatever, and then cheats on her. And then some other woman comes along. Oh, I'm different. He won't cheat on me. He won't have the millionth fucking child with this, you know, like, yeah, no, I got this shit. And boom, slide. Like, I'm telling you, bro, it blows my mind. Like, it's the dudes are stupid, the women are stupid. Like, it blows my mind. I'll never fucking understand it.
Yeah, it's chaotic. It's really chaotic. Definitely chaotic. I heard Moro's voice actor might be the guy who played Madara. That would be sick, bro. That would be sick.
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that would fit Moro too. That would fit Moro. Heard the final Fast and Furious movie is releasing in 2027.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what the premise of that what the premise is supposed to be for that series anymore. It's like they're in fucking space and like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I guess I might watch it, but there's so many of them and it's not even about racing anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Not gonna lie, I feel like Will Smith is
Jay, speaking of couples in famous territory, Tom Holland and Zendaya, they've actually been still legit.
They're pretty goated.
They've been going strong the whole nine. Like, yeah, no, they're pretty. That's impressive. You know what I mean? Like, that's really impressive because everybody typically like I kid you not, like the rate and failure for the relationship to just end or divorce, whatever, it's extremely high in Hollywood. So the fact that like, you know, like they've been like, fuck, bro, like they're just built different. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck their secret sauce is, but they made it work.
Yeah, they definitely made it work. They seem grounded and shit. So W fucking Tom, dude. W.
But again, there's always, you know, the exceptions, right?
They're young,
exceptions.
but
you know, there's always, but you know, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Heard the fun. Let's see. Who's your favorite villain in DB Super? I'm biased. I'd probably say Moro. Yeah,
Broly or Jiren?
Jiren's lit. Yeah, Jiren's another one I forgot. Moro is a monster. Goku Black is just because of his aura. He's a monster.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, probably Jiren is a fucking monster though. Probably Jiren too. Yeah, I forgot about Jiren. He's a monster.
Jiren was cold. You know that motherfucker. Yo, he was dope, bro. He was
built
dope.
different.
He was dope.
Built different for sure.
Like I want to see him and Broly fight. I really do.
Yeah,
that'd be
that's what people still debate who would win that. Why does John Jones get the hate that he gets? There are multiple reasons. Some that I understand. The truth is, for a long portion of his career, he was a fuck up outside of the octagon. I don't blame people for disliking him because of that. You know, he's done some things he shouldn't have.
Very shitty person. Did some very crazy shit.
He's done some very crazy shit. You know, he's probably has addictions.
Like as a person himself, just not likable, right? Like morally, like philosophy, like he like, you know, again, like I'll give an example. Like you got Keanu Reeves, right? A very pure, no drama you know, the whole nine, right? And then you got this motherfucker getting in trouble, crime, being a dick to everybody, you know, being a bully and shit, and getting arrested over and over, like always some shit, right? You know, but you can't take away from his legacy. At the end of the day, he is literally the GOAT. Like that motherfucker's never lost a fight. Like he is the best. You know.
Yeah.
So
John's character is the main reason. Obviously, people bring up PEDs. Yes, he tested positive a couple times. I believe it was
allegations.
Yeah. So there's that as well. truth be told, it's almost undebatable that he's the greatest to ever do it. It is what it is. Um, I think I think he's tested, if I'm not mistaken, with amounts that are trace amounts, meaning it wouldn't have enhanced his performance either way. I think someone like John, just because of his gifts, he's that good. I don't think he's someone that would need to intentionally cheat. I don't think he's even careful enough. I mean, look at all the mistakes he's made in his personal life. You're
Yeah.
really going to tell me that he wouldn't have fucked up if he was actually cheating and get caught like blatantly with high amounts of PEDs. The guy's fucked up so many
You
times,
know,
bro.
like Conor McGregor, he's a perfect example. Like the UFC, like literally told the guy, like, "Hey, motherfucker, like there's this and this going on, whatever. Like if you either do this drug test or
Yep,
you're not, you're done." You know what I mean?
yep,
So
yeah, exactly. Do you think Madara should voice Moro or someone else? I think that guy that the voice Madara is perfect. He seems like that seems like a similar voice that Moro would have if you when you like try to imagine what he would sound like. I think Moro would sound something like that. Very imposing, very strong presence. You know, that's what I imagine when I hear Moro speak. Obviously, we haven't seen him speak. We've only seen him in the manga, in the Moro arc, but I don't mind that at all. Thoughts on Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey is an example of someone with some of the highest amounts of narcissism and ego that you'll ever see. She seems very bitter and resentful post career because I believe, I forgot what podcast she was on. She was just shit talking people, like
yeah,
shit
shit
talking
talking.
Khabib, like, oh, he just rides
And it's like
people, and it's like, bitch,
it's just crazy, Jay, because like the bitch like has no accountability. It's like, bitch, you had your spotlight, you had your phase, right? And then eventually you just weren't it anymore. You're not her anymore, right? Like you're not the
yeah,
best. You thought you
yeah,
were, but other females came through, better competition, better than, and not one, not two, no, multiple. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you just weren't hurt.
She,
Like that's like John Jones. That's like John Jones being goaded, right? Like he never loses, whatever, has his spotlight, and then out of nowhere now he's getting beat up by this person, by this person, by this person. But like, bitch, that's it. You just got to accept the facts. You know what I mean? Like your fucking L's and have some accountability
it,
for it. But instead, like she gets butthurt, makes all the excuses, then starts shitting on everybody else, judging them. When you're literally talking about people that didn't have L's like you.
Yeah,
Like, what the
like,
fuck?
yeah, I forgot what podcast she was on, but she was blatantly just shit talking like some of the best to ever do it. She shit talked Joe Rogan for analyzing fights and giving his opinion on fights. Like, bro, first of all, Joe Rogan always gave you your props, always gave you your what you gained, what always talked about your legacy, and you go and say that he's just some dude talking about fighting, doesn't know shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He
Literally, bro. Like
first of all, he was
delusional.
there since UFC 1. Dana White fucking hired him when they first started the UFC. That means he's seen thousands of fights, and you mean to tell me that he doesn't know what he's talking about? Like, first of all, you're
And he
bitter.
talks with like
You're
professionals, like he's
yeah,
around them, he works around them,
he
like he even trains with them.
Yeah,
Like
he's seen more fights than most people on Earth have ever seen live, by the way. So her going on this rant, like this very like vindictive rant about like Khabib and like, oh, he's a cock
emotional. Yeah.
rider and Joe Rogan doesn't know shit. I'm like, dude, you didn't evolve with the sport. You thought you were so good that you could just stay
She went to
stagnant skill
WWE
wise.
because she
Yeah,
lost so many fucking
she
fights like a dumb bitch.
yeah, she thought she was so God, she was so godlike that she didn't have to evolve. And what happened? Holly Holm, who is a world-class kickboxer, came in and whipped her fucking ass. Like that's what happened. Then she came back and fought the actual female goat, Amanda Nunes, and she got knocked down the first round. Like, dude, you're not her. Yes, you're a pioneer of the sport. Yes, you'll always be remembered, but you gotta show more respect to people that have done their due diligence in the sport.
It's
It's
like
very,
Conor
very
McGregor all over
disrespectful.
again, but female version. Conor McGregor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's like, bitch, you had your face, but you're not the
yeah,
best. Like
you're not.
you're not the best, right? Like
Yeah,
you're out there, right? You're definitely in the talks, but you're not the best. Are you
definitely
top
not.
3? Fuck no. Are
No,
you top
no, not
5?
even top
Fuck no.
three.
Are you top 10? Yeah. Now we have a discussion. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
she's gonna have to live
it's
with
like,
that.
yeah, no, it's yeah.
She has to live with that. What's up, John Jones?
It's
Come on,
because
brother.
she's jealous. Like
She
Jay, it's
is.
because she's
She's
jealous and
envious.
bitter. She really
Yeah,
like she's jealous of Khabib. She's jealous. She's jealous of all these fucking legends, right? That
she
have
is.
like either no losses at all or only 1 or 2 lot. Like she's just fucking jealous. She's
Yeah,
jealous.
she's very
So
envious.
I don't give a
Weak
fuck.
mindset. She has a weak mindset. She said that she was suicidal after losing to Holly Holm. Like, you're not built like that. You're not a champion after all. Champions don't respond to loss that way. So it is
No,
what it
no.
is.
You
She has to live.
train. You train even more. You continue to try. You fucking you do some Rock Lee shit or some Sasuke Naruto type shit. You train your fucking ass off and you get stronger, right? Or
Yeah.
get better.
She just disappeared.
And
She's
if you
not built.
can't, and let's say you do that and you still can't, it is what there's no shame in that. At least you fucking
Yeah,
people
bro.
will respect you trying, right?
At least, yeah.
Instead of fucking shit talking
No one
or
respects
being
that.
delusional. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
no one respects that. You're just making excuses for yourself because you're so fucking egotistical.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, take some fucking accountability and just accept reality for what it is, right? You know what I mean? And that's her problem. Instead of training or trying to prove the world wrong or get better or whatever, blah blah. Instead, she talks all her shit, does all her delusional nonsense, and then goes to WWE, some fake ass
Fake.
fighting shit. How the
Yeah,
fuck
fake
do you
shit.
expect people to respect you and take you seriously?
Yeah,
How
bro.
the fuck? What the?
She dug
Come
her
on,
own
man.
grave there. She dug her own
So
grave.
no,
Thoughts on
no.
Jake, Andrew fights? Who did better in their matches? It's not even close. Jake Paul performed light years better than Andrew Tate.
Jake,
Here's why.
absolutely.
Andrew Tate had a competitive fight
Fighting
with
an
a shit.
actual, yeah.
Andrew Tate had a competitive fight with a retard that doesn't really know how to fight at all and lost, by the way. While conversely, Jake Paul at least, yes, I'll admit, Joshua didn't come in there trying to knock him out right away, but he at least survived a couple rounds with a world class world champion who's 6'6" and can knock you out with a punch. That's far more commendable, far better performance. It's not even close. I do think Jake Paul would destroy Andrew Tate. And after those two performances, Jake Paul would destroy Andrew Tate. I have no doubt in my mind in a boxing match. And I never thought I would say that, but Tate's just not that good. John Jones, the Tom Brady of MMA. Man, the Tom Brady. Okay, I love John Jones. He's the GOAT in my opinion. Tom Brady, though, is far and away, no question, nobody, 99% of people that aren't just extremely biased say Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. Um, as far as who's the GOAT, most people would say John Jones, but I think there's still some people I don't think he is. A lot of people have Demetrius Johnson. A lot of people have Anderson Silva. A lot of people have GSP. I don't know if he's the Tom Brady of MMA. That guy is like universally accepted to be the best of all time. So everyone clowns Andrew Tate for losing his fight, but at least he tried. Yeah, facts, bro. You gotta give him respect for that. He's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
multi-millionaire.
yeah.
He doesn't need to fight
Yeah.
anymore, and he did it. You have to respect him
Also,
for
I'm
that.
gonna say this real quick. Tom Brady, by the way, like I'm just gonna put this out there. Tom Brady, he's like the greatest in like achieving like certain records or feats, like or like the most championships, like in a certain regard or whatever. But we all got to keep it a buck. He lost and folded many, many times. So,
That's facts.
like
Yeah.
his win loss ratio is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but he lost a lot of times. Like, I'm sorry, but he's not on the same level of like someone like John Jones or Khabib or or Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about motherfuckers that just never lost. Like, they established the reputation, everything, whatever, the whole nine. While this guy, like I'm just putting that out there. I mean, like everybody's always talking about Tom Brady, or, like trying to say these things, but he's not really like that crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as what people think. Like he's
Uh,
goaded. Like if we're talking about quarterbacks alone, definitely, absolutely. But like in comparison to other sports or other people's legacies, it's not even a fucking competition, bro. It's not.
yeah.
So
Um, Fortnite Goku versus John Dragon Ball. John Dragon Ball. Oh, the guy that plays
oh, what the fuck?
Goku, or I don't know who that is.
What is even that?
What's going on, by the
Yeah.
way, Noah? There are people who say Tora Tora art has surpassed Toriyama. No way, in my opinion. No, that's not possible. It'll always be the motherfuckers who are worse in their fields that talk shit. Facts. I even see this shit when I'm playing
Yeah.
competitive video game. The motherfucker who is performing the worst in the game is always the one talking the most shit. Yeah, it's to cope for the fact that they are inferior. What's funny about Andrew Tate losing is that he went on to say in a video that the reason he lost was because God wanted him to. Yeah, he's definitely coping there. He lost because he was the inferior man. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie though. Imagine being Eli Manning, the only guy in the league that Tom Brady could never beat, bro. I know
Yeah.
Eli Manning. That's one
Literally.
thing that Eli has over Peyton. He never lost to him in the big game. Eli could tell Peyton, "Hey,
Yep.
bro, you lost to him when you were in Indianapolis a couple times. He never beat me, never." Now with Denver, I will say this: when Peyton was in Denver with the Broncos, Brady never beat him in Mile High Stadium. In the AFC Championship, he never beat him. So Peyton has at least that. To be fair, that was mostly because of the defense back then. They had like Von Miller and that unit that they had. But that's something Payne could say. But Eli in the Super Bowl was undefeated against Brady. That's pretty fucking crazy. Brady beat everybody else. So that's wild. The only other guys that beat him were the Eagles, I believe. That's it.
Yeah.
Which era had the best music? Bro, that's a good question. It had to, honestly, it's
It's kind
between
of
the,
hard though. It's like, what are we
yeah,
talking about? You know what I mean? Like, are we saying in general? Are we saying because like there's certain points in
2000s were pretty
time throughout like the time
spectacular,
periods?
but yeah.
Yeah, 2000s were incredible.
Um,
It just
2010s, I mean,
depends, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
2000s was like Eminem and fucking,
Definitely
Black
not
Eyed
now.
Peas. No,
Definitely
not
not
now,
fucking
not
now,
now.
bro. Hell,
Yeah,
not during this time period. Like from like 2020 to 2025. Fuck no.
yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
no. Like music really shined and went crazy from the 2000s to like 2015 or 2017. That's where it was really fucking good. You know what I mean? And then throughout like those time periods, there was like XYZ, like different branches of why it was golden at this point, golden at this one. It was always some artist popping off, whether if it was Drake or Lil Wayne or Kanye or whoever the fuck
Facts,
it was, right? Eminem, whatever. Like it was always somebody having their spotlight for like a set amount of time, cumulatively wise.
facts, yeah,
And then eventually, like it just faded a little bit. Like they still had their legacy, they're still the goat, whatever, even to this day, but it wasn't nowhere near to where it was before, right? Like their prime, right? So like overall, like that's a hard question. It really is.
yeah,
But like, I guess if we're saying like in general, like out of all time, I guess the 2000s. Well,
yeah,
it's between the 2000s or 2010 plus. It's
yeah.
between
It
those
was
two.
2000s was so
So
loaded.
yeah,
M in the
yeah,
rap field we had like 50 Cent, M, Lil Wayne. Then we had
yeah.
like some of the
You
more
even have like the
iconic.
good R&B singers like
Yeah,
Akon, fucking,
Akon,
a bunch of
Neo, and fucking all these people, like some pretty lit people. 2010s was pretty loaded too. Maybe
yeah,
not as loaded. We had Drizzy, of course, who was leading the helm. Nicki
yeah, for
Minaj.
a while.
You had like the R&B era.
I think J Cole came into all of it after
20,
2010.
yeah,
So there was
J.
that too. J
Cole,
Cole,
Kendrick.
yeah, Kendrick.
Yeah, guys like that as well. The Eagles with Nick Foles. Dude, Nick Foles when he was in the playoffs, bro, he'd play like Tom Brady. I don't know why. The guy is
Oh
not
yeah,
like a he's not like a franchise quarterback, but when he's for whatever reason, when the guy's in playoffs, the guy plays like a fucking legend. I don't know why. He's just one of those guys.
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved that Denver defense, bro. That Denver defense, bro, was stacked. And that was my favorite team. I was
yeah.
happy to be a Denver fan back then. Peyton,
You know the
obviously,
defense. Steelers
yeah.
used to be the best and earned
Steelers
all
were
the most
lit.
champions. They earned
Yeah.
all the most championship defense alone. Like
Yeah.
they literally brought the motto and the saying defense wins championships.
Literally
Like
because of them.
because that's a fucking god tier. Like their offense
Yeah.
was ass. It was like average,
For a long
but
time, it
their
was
defense
ass. Yeah.
so fucking scary that it didn't even matter if their offense could carry or not. Like the other team just couldn't score. Like it was insane.
Facts. Yeah. Defense
Yeah.
definitely wins championships. A good example, Denver, I believe, versus Cam Newton's Panthers in 2016 when Payton retired. Payton was already, the truth is he was ass. He was like 40 years old, fell off a
Yeah.
cliff, literally had to just not throw interception. And Cam Newton was in his prime, won 15 games, only lost one game the whole season. Didn't matter. Defense won the championship. Von Miller was on his ass.
Yeah.
The defense was on his ass, and that was it. Like, bro, that shows defense wins championships. Even when you have a declining fucking quarterback who's like mid, it doesn't matter. Like, bro, that was spectacular. The Seahawks in 2013, another example. When the Broncos were the best offense ever, statistically, the Seahawks took Peyton out. He couldn't do shit. He got shut out
Yeah. Like
almost. It's like,
Jay,
bro,
honestly, that motto, it's really for anything too.
yep,
Boxing, Floyd Mayweather, John
Floyd,
Jones,
John Jones,
UFC. Like
yeah,
there's so like anyone that excelled in defense, like like what do you do?
they'd
Right? Like
win.
if you master defense, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if your offense is the best or or trash or average, like they just can't do anything, and then you just like capitalize in the defense and fuck them up. You know, like
Yeah. Like the only place where you can't really play defense now is probably basketball because the rules are so dog shit. Like you touch someone, you get
yeah,
fouled.
yeah, basketball,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
for
if you
sure,
go
for
to
sure.
like
But like physical contact sports, like
yeah,
that, it excels. Crazy. Yeah.
pre 2000s like Jordan's era and before, defense would win championships. Defense would win
Oh yeah.
championships. Like the Pistons, when Jordan didn't have Pippen yet, the reason they whipped his ass is because they literally had a game plan called the Jordan plan, which is to fucking bully his ass all game and not let him score shit. That's literally their, and they beat him like
Yeah.
2 years in a row. And until when he got Pippen, Jordan became the GOAT. He became the GOAT, and that was all she wrote. But before that, you couldn't beat him. You could not beat them. Um, Prime Lil Wayne is criminally underrated. Facts, bro. He's not spoken about. He's not spoken about enough. Andrew was outboxing Chase at first, doing decent, but then he gassed badly. Honestly, bro, probably all the smoking he does. He smokes a lot. I'm a huge 2000s rock guy. Rock in the 2000s, bro, is underrated. There's no doubt about it. Shakir beat the brakes off Tio. I saw that. Shakir is one of the most promising boxers of today. Young fighters. Any good rap beefs going on currently? No. It seems like everyone's staying in their lane. Yeah. After the Kendrick versus Drake beef, it seems like people are not as willing to engage in beef. Maybe because of how far it went. You know, fucking Drake bringing up Kendrick beating his wife and Kendrick calling Drake a pedo and all this shit. So, you know, it was a dark beef. I loved it. It was real. It was raw and uncensored. Um, but that's gonna make many people hesitant to do the same. Unpopular opinion, I like mumble rap. There's some songs that are mumble that aren't bad because they're just that hype. Um, but yeah, most of it's ass. The Denver defense won Super Bowl 50. Facts, bro. Goated. Hot take Kakashi is versus Obito is overrated. That's fair. I feel like people do hype it up a lot. It's mostly because of who's fighting, not how they fight or how the fight went. So I could see that. The Seahawks are going to win this defense with defense this year as well. Dude, the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, if you would have told me that would have happened at the beginning of the season, I would not have believed you. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to the Seahawks though, bro. Shout out to the Seahawks, bro. That is crazy. They made it all the way. That is insane. Like, man, their defense is solid. Their defense is solid. There's no doubt about that. Um, that's an interesting Super Bowl. It's new. You know, it's not anything any of us expected. That's for damn sure. So they have a stacked defense out there, man. They got a stacked defense. I mean, Kendrick annihilated Drake on national television. Yeah, bro, that's scared a lot of people. People do not want to go through that. You know, they don't want to risk crucifixion, social crucifixion. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was insane. It was insane. But yeah, if any questions at all, feel free. Any questions at all, the more the merrier. I think there was one more question that someone asked. What do you guys ask?
Oh, that was another thing, Jay. Before we get to the question, I
Yeah.
saw this video recently on the YouTube feed. Apparently, TG did a video that NC Hammer already did, but he did his own video of ranking the Mangekyo shotgun, which I thought was
Oh
pretty
shit! I
cool.
think I saw that. Yeah, I saw that he posted
Yeah,
that. Shout out to TG.
yeah.
He's been on the grind. Shout out to the dog. Shout out to the boy.
I wonder what he has ranked though and how he did it. Because again, it
Yeah,
was like we said before, like it really matters like how we're analyzing it, right? I mean that's
yeah.
really important. So,
That definitely
but
matters. I
yeah.
predicted Shakur to win, but I couldn't bet on him because of my state's age. Yeah, but Shakur is a monster. What's y'all favorite Naruto fights? Gaara versus Rock Lee still gives me chills. Dude, RockLee versus Gaara will forever be in my top three. There's no doubt about that.
That was insane. Like the morality, philosophy element, the
Yeah, it was
fucking
beautiful.
like just everything, the feels emotionally, how crazy sinister Gara was, like the freak he was, the menace,
Yeah,
like a genius basically. It's like a genius versus hard work. Um, it was just man, like it was just such a good fight. Like they did everything perfectly, like emotionally. The action was on point. They even added some fucking DBZ elements, man. When that motherfucker started going gates and shit, like, it was fucking
yeah,
crazy, bro.
facts, facts. I would
like,
say, man, there's so many good
uh,
fights. Naruto
yeah,
versus Sasuke, either.
definitely,
Uh,
Kakashi. depends on what we're talking about. Like if it's like out of all Naruto fights, that makes it definitely a lot more harder.
Yeah.
But like if it's out of all like all right, we'll simplify it first. Part one only, Jay. What's your top three fights? Not top five, top three. Make it
Rock
harder.
Lee versus Gaara, Naruto versus Sasuke,
Yep.
and shit, I have to pick one
Here's
more.
in versus Orochimaru.
Probably, honestly, probably that one. Yeah, probably that
Yeah,
one. There's
but
a
I would
lot of
say,
them,
yeah,
but
like Lee
yeah,
versus Lee versus Gaara, Naruto versus Sasuke, and Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. That's my top three for part one,
yeah.
Naruto. If we're doing top five, definitely Kakashi versus Zabuza.
Well, that was
Fucking
lit.
amazing.
That was lit.
Uh, what's it called? And then if we had to do another one, I would say Itachi versus basically Konoha. Like if you count that really as because it really is basically just Kakashi fucking dicking down everybody. You know what I mean? Like no
Yeah,
homo. But
yeah, facts.
he literally just came out of nowhere and just fucking said he was him. Like he was just bullying everybody.
Yeah,
Like
while holding back.
fucking
Yeah,
like so like but I won't even say all like that's not really fair. Itachi versus the Asuma, Kakashi, and Kurenai. That was very good. That
that
was
was
pretty good.
fire.
Like
Yeah,
that was fucking fire.
yeah. He just fucking clapped their shit. It was
Well,
like, damn, bro.
and it wasn't because like the fight itself. It was just because of Itachi himself. Like
He's a
just who he
monster.
was. Like just
Yeah,
his lore, like everything. Like at that point in time, like the whole setup of him being like this evil, sinister entity, this heartless guy that just slaughtered the clan, and like just everything with it. And then even Orochimaru, like being like, yeah, like
like
I'm
shitting
scared
his
of him. Like I
pants.
can't beat him. Yeah, like bro, like we got all that information about this guy, and then we
He was
finally see
godlike.
him,
Yeah,
and then even Kakashi was like shitting himself.
yeah. He had a
Like
fucking
the only person that they put during part one at the time with like just limited knowledge and like us only knowing part one at the time, the only person that was shown implied to actually be on Itachi's level was like Jiraiya, right? So
yeah,
like in theory, like even here is in whatnot, but Orochimaru, I guess, was just fodder at that time. Yeah, that's the
yeah.
funny
Which is
part. Like
weird.
if we
It's
think of
weird as fuck.
which is weird, like if we think of like part one only, like they literally had like Itachi and Jiraiya and Hiruzen at the peak, but Orochimaru was below. But yet it never made sense because Orochimaru was always said to be
He beat
above
Jiraiya.
Jiraiya in part
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah.
like
What
so,
the
like
fuck?
you see, like, it was so fucking weird. But like, but again, like that's why it made more sense. Like with the contradictions alone in part one, that's why like when we get Shippuden, when we see like it's like oh now it makes sense because he was holding back. I mean, he was holding back against Jiraiya. He
Yeah,
was like, all
facts.
right, let me. He was like, let me come down to your fodder ass level. Sorry.
Facts. Yeah. Um, I guess Yeet and Cardi count as
Yeah,
mumble rap. I actually like Yeet. I like Yeet. Future is good as well.
yeah.
Future has good mumble rap. I won't lie.
Yeah, he's
Future
good.
has good mumble
He's
rap.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil Yachty or 6ix9ine, who's more goated? Lil Yachty, bro, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
6ix9ine had like
6ix9ine
one
was
bop,
different.
and that was it. My brother and I
Yeah,
discussed Wolverine versus Homelander. Oh yeah, Homelander would fucking. Here's the thing. Homelander could, like, yeah, like you said, could throw him into fucking space or like throw
yeah.
him into the
Bro,
like
he could literally fly. He could grab Wolverine and like fucking like and just like throw him in the fucking ocean.
yeah, and he'll
Like just
drown.
fly like super deep. Like he could grab him from behind and like just go like but it depends how you view the scaling too. Like right? Like if you think Homelander is like that much physically superior, then yeah, like there's just so many ways he can beat his like his healing regen, right? Like
Yeah,
we've seen it in Marvel
drown
Comics,
him.
drowning Wolverine,
Yeah,
space, oxygen, you know what I mean? Like deprivation, like
yeah.
there's so many ways to go
I
about
do
it.
think.
But
Yeah, I
that's
do
if you
think.
have now if you yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
do
no,
think
you're good. Go ahead,
Wolverine
bro.
would probably impale him. Well, Homelander's definitely physically faster, obviously, but
Yeah,
if Wolverine has a chance to stab him, it could be fatal. Um, it could be fatal more than likely. If fucking Maeve could stab
yeah,
him in the
because the guy
fucking
got hurt by a pencil.
yeah,
Yeah.
if Maeve could stab him in the fucking ear with a pencil, then Wolverine could stab him in the brain with his fucking adamantium claws. So, but more
Oh
than
yeah,
likely,
he's fucking low.
Homelander, if Homelander's careful and he sees those shits come out of his fucking fists, right? He's like, oh fuck, and he's like, I'm just gonna laser this fucker or throw his ass into space. Then, that's probably the most likely
Yeah.
scenario. Homelander's not dumb.
But like here's the
Um,
thing too, like it depends what Wolverine we're talking about too, because he's a composite character. Like Homelander is not. He's not a composite. Like
no,
he's
he's
just
not.
very set in stone. Thankfully, Wolverine's a composite, so it depends on version we're talking because there are certain Wolverines out there that have like insane feats, like
Yeah,
speed wise or
the
whatever.
clap Homelander.
And if we're taking that into consideration, then Wolverine's fucking slamming, right? He has the AP, now he has the speed, or even if he bare minimum has the relativity, right? Like then Homelander's fucked. And then not only that, Wolverine knows how to fight. He can throw hands. He like with how long he's been alive, his experience, his martial arts and all that, whatever. Like he's been able to go toe to toe with like really, really good martial artists.
Hulk
While
and shit.
Homelander, he's just a brute. He doesn't really
Yeah, he's
know how to
brute.
fight. Yeah, he's like Hulk basically. So there's that too. So like it really depends. But like overall, like if we're going with the most consistent showings of Wolverine, then I would also agree Homelander should be definitely physically superior, like
Yeah.
faster, probably stronger too, shit like that.
Yeah, he Homelander is not like ridiculously dumb. Once he feels how heavy Wolverine is and stuff, something like throwing him in the ocean seems
Yeah.
very likely. Like he might just throw his ass, like grab him quickly, throw his ass fucking across the city and throw him into a pond or some shit like that. Yeah, that's very likely. Wolverine could win though. If Homelander slips and he stabs him in the heart or something, he's cooked. So, despite the hate it gets, Hisora versus
Yeah.
Sakura and Chihiro is underrated. Facts. That is underrated. Homelander is definitely not that much physically
Oh yeah.
stronger than Wolverine. Bro can box with the Hulk. Yeah, for a period of time he can. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Homelander tries to grab him, he just gets shredded. It depends how. If he flies into him, the literal like air resistance and stuff would make it hard for Wolverine to stab him. But if he just like goes up to him and puts his
All he
hands
has
on
to
him,
do, is get behind him.
yeah,
He
it
literally all
depends.
he has to do is just get behind him and grab him, and then just bring him wherever. Like if he's going in front of him and doing an attack, like obviously that's going to be very like fucking bad because then Wolverine could just react and then stab him.
Yeah, he
So,
can't give Wolverine enough time to react because
but
if he stabs him fatally, he's cooked. He'll die. Um,
But here's the issue: if Homelander is way physically faster, even if he does a front attack, like if he's blitzing him and like Wolverine doesn't even have time to react before the blow is already done, he's dead, right? But let's say you don't think he's that much faster, but you think he still is faster. So like, yeah, all he has to do is every time Wolverine throws an attack while he's grabbing him from the front, is just dodge it. Literally, just move out of the claw's ways. That's it. Like boom, boom,
yeah,
boom. You know what I mean? Like, and then just do whatever he needs to do. Like he could be moving and dodge Wolverine's attacks at the same time. That's very, very possible. Like
yeah,
he
exactly.
literally does it.
Yeah.
So
Who's your favorite
yeah.
movie killer? Probably Jason. Jason's pretty lit. Or Michael Myers. Chucky was always
Yeah.
like cringe to me. Freddy's all
Yeah,
right.
I didn't like Cook either, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Freddy's
would say
okay.
Michael Myers or Jason too, yeah.
Yeah.
Ghostface, I wasn't really a fan of that much because,
Oh yeah, that shit is
like you know
yeah.
what I mean, Jay. Like you can't really, yeah. Like it's just not like an actual horror element to me is like Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? Like, but see, Freddy Krueger, he's horror until he starts doing like that weirdo shit, right? Like that's where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, wait, so that's why. But with Jason and Michael, they're just straight to the fucking point. They're cold and calculated. They don't talk like they're literally like the epitome of like horror, right? Like they don't fuck around. You know what I mean? They just get straight
Yeah.
to like some ITACHI shit. They
You're
get
straight to the
straight
point.
to it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and like that's why I fuck with them a lot more too. Yeah,
Facts. You ever heard of the Ginger Dead Man movies? I've heard of it. I've never seen it though. Never seen that movie.
never
If
seen
Wolf,
it. Yeah,
if
I've never
Wolf,
even heard of it.
yeah, if Wolverine can get close up, cut him up. Homelander should fly and keep the distance. He'd have to keep the distance. Yeah. Heavy Sasuke versus Jiraiya, the honest
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
Heavy Sasuke would never reach his Sonic level.
Oh,
He would get cooked by
yeah.
Jiraiya. He'd get cooked by Jiraiya.
Like, guys,
He
guys.
he
Sometimes
stalemated
you gotta say
fucking
it.
Datara.
This guy barely won. Yeah, from a deathbed fucking Orochimaru, bro.
Yeah, he got
Barely,
cooked.
barely. Like actually, no, I wouldn't even say barely. Like he actually, no, yeah. When we actually analyzed the fight, like you read it wrong, type shit. Title of the video. He lost to Orochimaru on his deathbed. He literally lost. He got outsmarted, got paralyzed by his poison in the air, whatever. Like Sasuke fucked it. Like he was physically superior when he went. He had to go see him too, because like that's the thing. That's the crazy thing too. Like you guys forget this. Like Sasuke tried to fight him like base to base, right? And he was not on his level. Like Orochimaru like amped himself, transformed to the white snake, whatever shit. And then Sasuke's like, oh fuck, like I'm about to get bitched. Then he amps himself, go see him too. So like basically like base to base, like Sasuke was over Orochimaru's like deathbed weakened base body. Orochimaru amps himself to the snake mode. Now he's over Sasuke. Sasuke has to go to CM2, not CM1, CM2. Okay. Now he's over him, but then Orochimaru just used some hack shit and outsmarted him, and then healed, and then he couldn't move. Like he literally could have killed Sasuke right there and then. The only reason why he didn't kill him was because he wanted to absorb his body, right? And then
Yeah,
get
he
like the
was valuable
Sharingan
to
and
him.
shit and the whole nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like so because of that plot convenience, Orochimaru tried to do that, got cocky and arrogant, and then underestimated the power of the fucking Sharingan and Sasuke's willpower. And because of the Sharingan, not because of his power, the Sharingan and his will, he was able to reverse it and then absorb him instead. So, like, that's what you have for, right?
Literally
And then
came
again,
down
like
to.
the confirmation was what he tells to Kirin, like, I only beat him because he was weak. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's literally what he
Because she
said.
was giving him shit. She's like, how can you beat a Soning? She was literally get like the whole point of it. She was giving him shit like, how can you beat a Soning but struggle this badly to an Akatsuki member like Datara? And he's like, oh well, he was weak. That's why. That's all there is to it. Like that's the only reason why I beat him. He flat out conceded why he beat him. You know, so
Facts.
like again, like it's really that simple. Like all the evidence is there. You just have like sophists or you have like people that just try to be weird or somehow some way make it a contentious fight, but it's not. You know,
Yeah, facts.
so
The fact that Freddy attacks when you're in your sleep scared the shit out of me growing up. Yeah, bro, you're vulnerable when you're fucking sleeping, bro. That's facts.
oh yeah,
Um,
that's where he shined. Like he was great in all those aspects. It's just whenever he started doing the horny weird shit, it's like okay, now you're losing me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
facts.
he had his spotlight, but he always fucked it up with his weirdo shit. And then not
Yeah,
only that,
bro.
when you know his background and like in his whole lore, he's a pedophile. Like
Yeah,
that's
facts.
literally the whole point of Freddy that he
So
did shit to kids. Then he got killed for it and burned the whole nine, and then he came back as like a supernatural entity to like get vengeance on people killing him for being a weirdo.
yeah,
That's
it was
literally
fire.
what the story is.
It was fire when Jason whooped
Yeah.
his ass. That was peak. Um,
Like when Michael at least doesn't be fucking doing shit to kids. Nor
yeah, he was
Jason, I
just
think.
a
You
murderer.
know,
Yeah, that's all he was.
just adults.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen Boys, but
yeah.
I think Sage Mode Naruto clears the verse. Maybe Fortel's Naruto as well. Fortel's Naruto would clear the majority. The only one that possibly could stand a chance would be like Soldier Boy and Homelander. Everyone else he would obliterate.
Yeah.
I think his
But
speed.
even then, they're getting clapped because like Naruto could keep healing, like he could regenerate in V2. His durability is fucking insane. Like
Yeah,
the amount of like temperature, like his chakra is super fucking hot. Like
yeah. I think Sage Mode
I
Naruto
don't
would
know.
react to anything that Homelander has, and as well as Soldier Boy. I don't think they'd be able to hit him. It'd be very difficult.
Yeah.
His strength is
Like
quite
like
is
the destruction capacity too, Jay, like from the Four Tails, like bro, just him lifting up his hand and smacking the ground, like made a crazy ass explosion. Then we see like Homelander going all out against like Superboy, and they're not even blowing up the building. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, they're not.
Like they can go through a building, they can punch through, but like just like their punches like colliding and like or just hit like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not. They're nowhere near as strong. That's the whole
No,
point, right? I'm not
Naruto
saying
has.
they can go through. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
Naruto would most likely win that. He's much more
Yeah,
skilled,
right.
like in hand to hand than Soldier Boy and Homelander. Everyone else he would probably one shot, but Homelander, let's say
Sage.
Homelander and Soldier Boy, he would just
Yeah, he has the
outskill
frog
them.
Kumite too, like that
He,
visible shit.
the
Yeah.
summonings, yeah, the Frog Kata. He has Rasen Shurikens, which would probably greatly damage both, or more
Oh
than
yeah.
likely Rasengans.
Cellular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hits you on a
You,
cellular
you know what
level.
Naruto would do, Jay? Naruto would do a shadow clone for each one.
Probably, yeah,
like,
yeah, he probably
like
would.
boom, 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 boom. All right, Sage mode. Yeah, fight a fucking sounding level shadow clone now.
Yeah,
Good
they
luck.
get clapped. I think he's too much for someone of the boys' caliber. Lil
Talking
Pump
like
versus.
War Arc Sage, like War Arc
Oh,
Sage
that
mode.
would
You know what I
be
mean?
too
Shit like
much. Yeah, that'd be way too
you know
much.
what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like and
Uh,
then like Pain Arc Sage.
but
That even is also like it's I think scaling wise it's still too much, but at least I think they have the best chance with
yeah,
that type
they
of
have a better
Sage Mode arc
chance.
where he just yeah that they have a better chance. But, yeah.
Yeah, Lil Pump versus 6ix9ine, two goats. Who's better? Honestly, 6ix9ine is better than Lil Pump. Lil Pump hasn't had shit since what the fuck was that stupid ass song called? Gucci Man or what? I forgot what the fuck it was called. Gucci Gang or whatever the fuck. That was like his only hit.
I'm not gonna lie. like low key, you guys might hate to hear this, but like I can't fuck with that type of genre really. Like I'm more towards the lyrical rappers or like more towards like a Drake, you know what I mean? Or what's that other guy's fucking name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. But like that type of genres or that type of atmosphere music, like the atmosphere that you guys are talking about right now, like that's more towards the mumble, right? And just like really good beats or whatever. The only guy I really ever fucked with heavy with that type of like genre or art style was like Future. Like there
Future
was
fire.
certain ones that I could tolerate or deal with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like a lot of them, I can't, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, some of them
Like
are
call me Eminem when he made that Kamikaze album and he just fucking roasted them all. Like he just
yeah,
shitted on that genre. Like
mumble
this ain't all
shit.
are fucking ass.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like
uh
it is what it is, but I
yeah.
just can't, man. I can't.
Yeah. I don't really do horror movies, but I've seen a few, especially if they're so poorly made that it's funny. Now that I'm older, I don't really watch them either. It
Yeah.
was when I was younger I'd watch that shit. Sage Naruto
Yeah, no,
definitely
no, no.
clears
It didn't age well. Yeah, it
yeah,
did not
Sage
age
Naruto
well.
definitely clears the boys verse facts. Which Jinchuriki has the best design? The best design? That's a good question.
Uh, like,
Jinchuriki
like, what do
wise.
you mean? Like, what transformation? Like, if we're just saying like the Jinjuriki itself, then I would say, Killer B was pretty dope.
Yeah,
The
that
way
one
he
was pretty
looked, and
sick.
like, um,
Coolest tail
like the guy
beast?
that, yeah, like
Coolest looking.
if it's yeah, Tail Beast, I would. What do you think, Jay?
I
What would
fuck
you
with
say?
Son Goku. I think he's pretty lit. Pretty
Right?
lit.
Yeah,
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 he
his was
looks lit.
crazy.
His was
His was
lit.
crazy.
Uh,
Uh,
the Two Tails
fucking
wasn't bad. Like the cool blue shit was cool.
yeah.
Blue
Like, I
aura.
don't know. Like the only ones I really like for my top three, it was definitely Son Goku. Like that dude that was fucking cool looking. Um, and then I would say Killer Bee and Naruto. That's me
Yeah.
though. You know
Killer
what I
Bee and
mean?
Naruto
But
for
if I
sure.
had to, but if I had to exclude Killer Bee and Naruto, then I would say the Seven Tails, whatever her fucking name is, Fu, whatever. I
Oh yeah,
liked how
she's
she could
cool.
fly. Like the
Yeah,
fact
that
she
was
could
sick.
fly and shit as that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Like
lit.
imagine a fucking Seven Tails fucking tail beast flying and shooting Biju bombs. Like
Yeah.
basically Datara, but on crack.
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
fucking crazy. You know,
Yeah, that's
so Seven Tails was dope. Fucking the yeah, Son Goku, whatever you fuck you want to call him, the monkey, that was dope. And then after that, yeah, I would say the Two Tails, the fucking blue energy shit, that was fucking badass.
that was fire.
That was really
Yeah, I
cool.
fuck with that. I
Yeah.
heard Homelander
Um,
can survive a nuke. Yeah, it's stated in the show too that he can. Basically, uh, the fucking bitch that he was obsessed with in the first season, Madeline Stillwell,
yeah.
whatever the fuck her name is. She basically says like not even nukes could stop him. Like there's no weapon on Earth that could stop him. That is true. You can interpret that in different ways. Maybe they just wouldn't be able to catch him,
Yeah.
or he can like tank it
He can just
straight up.
fly. He can
Yeah,
fly and just get away, and like, and then they're just killing people for no reason. Like you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
So
To imply that he can tank it seems more far fetched if he's getting damaged by like fucking Maeve and shit. It just seems unlikely.
exactly, yeah, no,
Uh,
no, because a fucking a person that's like enhanced with super strength stabbing you with a fucking pencil, like you gotta remember, like these guys are casual like building busters, right? Like they can
yeah,
punch through walls and buildings and fuck up cities and shit like casually, right? But like a nuke can do the exact same thing effortlessly. So like, yeah, I don't think he's taking a nuke head on and just like, oh yeah, like fucking Superman, right? Like Superman can
hell,
take shit
nah,
like that.
yeah, probably not,
But
probably
not
not.
Homelander. Like definitely getting fucked up by the physical recoil, the physical damage, and on top of it, even worse, debatably, arguably, we have not seen any resistant feats for radiation for him. For all
No,
we know, if he
this
breathes
hasn't been
that shit in,
confirmed at
that could
all.
fuck him up.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's no like for all we know, like radiation can be his kryptonite and fuck him up because internally, right?
yeah,
So like I wouldn't say the radiation would fuck up his body, but if he breathes it in, like like that could probably fuck him up. Maybe his organs are nowhere near. There's a lot we don't know about Homelander. That's the problem.
yeah,
So it's very ambiguous. Like again, like Jay said, like it depends how you interpret it. Like it's either like yeah, probability wise, it's definitely not just him straight up tanking it. Like
yeah. It's
just no
very,
way.
very unlikely. It's so
Yeah.
fucking yeah. It's very unlikely that that's the case. I'm not gonna lie. I never liked Drake even before the beef. I just never fucked with any of his music. Yeah, I mean, some people do, some people don't. In the comic, apparently the government
Yeah.
found out they have no means of killing Homelander, even nukes, when he was a baby. Yeah, in the comics maybe it's different, but let's see, what's the boys' good AP and durability feats? Durability, the best durability feat I can think of. Let's see here. I mean, there's no like displays of people tanking missiles and shit. You just don't see that. Um, you don't see that at all, really, because it's just usually soups fighting each other. Bullets, obviously, you see that constantly. Um, you do see Soldier Boy when he's being tortured by the Russians. They're like they're literally shooting inside of his mouth with like high caliber rounds, and it's just bouncing off him. So you could basically say perhaps his organs are also high durability. So high durability rounds
Yeah,
could not
yeah,
affect
yeah,
them. Poisons can
yeah,
affect them. When the Mother Milk, the dude throws that, when the guy that Soldier Boy killed his entire family. When he gets
yeah.
bloodlusted, he throws a halogen at fucking Soldier Boy, and he literally inhales it. That's like a lethal fucking poison to a human. He inhales it like it's a fucking vape. He's like, "What do you think you're gonna do with that shit?" He just throws it away.
Yeah, that is
Um,
true. That is true. Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
was impressive. So I would say, if he's tanking fucking high caliber bullets inside of his fucking mouth, like in his mouth, not even his skin, then probably, RPGs, grenades, the conventional weapons like that probably wouldn't kill him. Maybe he'd even tank them. But we're talking about
No,
nukes and
if
shit.
it's that easy, if it was that
Yeah.
easy to hurt him, whatever, then the military is all they would need. Like get a
Yeah.
fucking air support, the whole nine. So like again, like I do think they have pretty impressive durability. Like they're gonna be able to definitely deal with the majority of things, but a nuke is a whole other level of power, man. Like that's what you guys are
Yeah.
just not understanding. Like that's some next level fucking AP and
Yeah.
even destructive capacity. And then
And
again, radiation itself, that's a whole other fucking other element of attack, too. Like it's different than from a fucking, like what we saw with Soldier Boy. That's the problem. Like, so I will agree. Like, can like just like air support or a fucking RPG, do something or fuck them up maybe a little bit or whatever? Probably not. Because if it was that simple, then they would just be doing military fucking tactics or strategy and
yeah, they would
formation, and
kill
there
him
you go,
already.
right?
They would have
So
killed
yeah,
him.
they would kill him. Like or they would at least have a leash on them. They'd be like, hey, keep fucking around, and we're gonna send the army and just fucking kill you, right? Like,
Yeah.
either do what you're fucking told, or we're killing you.
And
So
here's the thing
yeah,
too,
no, I don't.
they
Yeah,
did say that they tested everything on Homelander, but to test a nuclear
yeah.
weapon, you can't really do that without collateral damage. So, unless there's like in the comics that I don't know of, they actually
Unless they
nuke
brought him to
him.
an island,
Yeah, unless in
yeah,
the yeah again, I guess in at
like
least
an
if in
island,
the
or maybe like in the
comics,
ocean.
unless
Yeah,
I'm not aware of like him as a kid, they send him somewhere and they nuke his ass and just kill him, then that will confirm it. But to test a nuclear weapon is very dangerous because again, collateral damage, um, and radiation that would spread and make places inhabitable.
yeah.
Um,
So I just looked it up, Jay. I looked it up. It says Homelander has never officially tanked a nuclear weapon in the comics or show. So yeah,
yeah,
so like yeah, no, he hasn't been shown to just straight up tank as a feat or whatever. They say the only thing that can possibly imply that he might survive any weapon on Earth is what we've been talking about, the
yeah,
statement.
statements.
But some people say it's considered unproven hyperbole or exaggeration, or pretend, what I mean, and that he's consistently shown to be vulnerable to high level concentrated attacks.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
therefore, more than very, very unlikely probability that he can just straight up tank a nuke, to the
exactly.
face.
Yeah,
So I think what they mean again is because he's so fast and he can fly, he could just easily avoid the missile. Better yet, he could what he would do is literally just fly, grab the missile, and just throw it wherever he wants, and then just fly away. And then now he fucking just backfires. You know what I mean? Like it's just
yeah. He had
not
to
it's not
redirect
gonna
it.
work. He's
Yeah,
faster than the missile. Yeah, so
yeah,
like, it just wouldn't work. They're not gonna hit him, or he could redirect it and cause severe casualties.
exactly.
So
Yeah. Hot
yeah,
take: Pain has more aura than Madara. Pain had a lot of aura, but I don't know about more than Madara. But yeah. Homelander versus Gojo. I actually think Gojo would probably win that. He does have domain expansion,
yeah,
to infiltrate Homelander's
yeah.
brain, and
The
he has
yeah,
infinity.
the purple
Homelander,
purple could debatably fuck him up too.
yeah, yeah. So things like that could possibly hurt him. It's likely. Because Gojo has like almost an infinite amount of curse energy. I mean, I think domain expansion would be his best bet. Infinite void. That'd be his best bet. The Homelander could theoretically win. But yeah. I feel like they would have tested at least radiation and Homelander before, but then again, I'm just speculating. Yeah. Radiation is possible in a controlled environment. Homelander can't touch Gojo. Yeah. Homelander would have to outlast Gojo's curse energy, which
Oh,
is
I just remember this, Jay. Homelander was just recently brought into the current multiversal DC event. It's basically DC's tournament. It's basically DC copying the tournament power from Dragon Ball Super. So shout out to
yeah.
Dragon Ball Super.
I think I
DC's
heard
like,
about
oh, you
that.
know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, and they're doing that currently right now. Darkseid basically forced everyone in DC because he somehow became like omnipotent or really powerful, to where he's basically forcing everyone to be in a tournament of power, villains and heroes, and they all just have to basically fight to the death or win, and whoever survives gets granted the Omega power that Darkseid has as well, and then it can be able to challenge Darkseid and potentially save the multiverse and blah blah blah. That's currently what's going on, and Joker, ironically, is currently winning, by the way, which of course it's fucking Joker. But yeah, y'all
Yeah.
always want to talk shit to Batman and Joker, but yeah, you're fucking, or you guys are real quick to talk shit. Oh, he's human level, or blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this motherfucker is in a fucking tournament of power and is somehow surviving against heroes, villains, crazy fucking strong motherfuckers, that can fight Superman, whatever. And he's able to live, outsmart, and then somehow become the biggest threat and is winning the tournament. Like, so
Facts.
anyway, shout out to Joker. But anyways,
Yeah. Shout out to Joker.
what's it called? But point being said is Homelander just recently, so the Absolute Verse is being sent to that tournament of power. Darkseid is playing more fucked up games and bringing Absolute Batman and all these Absolute characters. He's letting them participate as well, and they're going to interact with our Batman and our Superman, the whole nine. But on top of it, he also went to other fucking verses. So he's infiltrating the Omniverse and going to other verses, and went to Homelander's verse, grabbed his bitch ass and said he's participating. And he's gone to other verses from like other fictional places that DC got permission to include.
That's
And
fucking
Homelander's
crazy.
in that bitch. And just letting you know, Homelander is getting bitched, and he's not even Superman tier. That's all I'm gonna
Oh
say.
no.
You can go watch it, go look it up yourself. Go on YouTube, yeah, go on YouTube, Comics Explained or Comic Historian, however you want to look it up. But Homelander is getting bitched by someone that's not even Superman tier.
That is fire.
So that alone should show you he's more than likely not nuke level. So that's
Yeah,
all I'm
that
gonna
is
say.
that is super fire. By the way, folks,
Yeah,
we'll go a couple more
yeah,
minutes and then we'll do what we used to do, $1 per minute if you guys want us to go any longer. We'll do the 6 strategy. I think he did that one
yeah.
time, so I use that all the time. So yeah, $1 per minute after a
Hey,
couple
DC
minutes from
don't
now.
miss, Jay. DC don't miss on their
Yeah.
fucking comic events,
Comics are
like
fucking
the
fire.
the Dark Metal event where like all the evil Batmans and
Yeah.
or like when the Batman Who Laughs was introduced with like Batman and Joker, and where he became a multiversal threat and it was about to be a threat to the omniverse itself too. Like, bro, DC doesn't fucking miss with all the multiversal comic events, or just comics in general. Like, they just don't miss, bro. Like, Marvel's been kind of
Facts.
struggling, but DC is always just DC. Like, they don't miss, bro.
Yeah, that is
Like,
a fact. That is a
yeah.
fact. But yeah, folks, $1 per minute after the 2 hour mark. 2 hours, maybe 2 hour and 5 mark. We'll do that. Kakuzu. Oh, I was kicking about Lil Pump and 6ix9ine. They're both ass. Yeah, they are ass. I'd say 6ix9ine's better, but they're both ass. Kakuzu, the honest truth. He's a low tier Akatsuki member that got notoriety because of a certain someone in the fandom, but he's ass and he's really not that special. I feel like there should be a Dragon Ball game based on space. You're either Galactic Patrolman or a Frieza Force member. That would be fun to explore the universe. Tora can make a spin-off of following a Galactic Patrolman. That'd be interesting to establish some more observations of how the universe is and stuff like that. What else is out there in the Dragon Ball cosmos? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, folks, a couple more minutes. Again, we'll do the $1 per minute after that if you guys want us to stay longer. Yeah. But yeah, any final questions? Feel free. WS stream. Make sure if you haven't already, please hit the like button. The more the better. Next week, I'm thinking maybe we could do some reactions to some videos.
W Scream.
WS stream.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
been some
Oh
good
yeah.
videos.
Speaking of that Tournament of Power shit from DC, Jay, get you. This is the only thing I'll tell you, and then if you want to look more into it, you can. But
Yeah.
the first one that got killed right away, was Batman, but it was by Joker because Joker knew he was the biggest threat. That's why he immediately just went for him and caught him off guard and got his ass. But here's the crazy part: Batman's fucking intelligent. That motherfucker had a contingency just in case if he was taken out, to where he basically had something in his suit that like allowed him to respawn back and to not have to obey like Darkseid's omnipotence rules of the tournament or whatever, which is ridiculous. Like the
Yeah. That is ridiculous. Holy
fact that he
shit.
can even do something like that
That's
is
fucking
fucking ridiculous and how smart he is. But that's
damn.
what he does. Yeah, this way he's not like, because if you basically die in the tournament of power or get taken out or like knocked out or whatever, you turn into like stone. Like you turn into like the statue stone and then you're out of the tournament, right? That's basically what happens. But he's like, nah, fuck that. And so he disobeys that. But then Darkseid's like, oh, you're disobeying me? Okay. He like his fingers, and then now he's making Batman like basically travel in like these weird future timelines to where he's having to fight like each Bat family member as Batman of Gotham now. So like Red Hood becomes Batman, Nightwing becomes Batman, Tim Drake becomes Batman, Damian as well. Like they all have like these really badass bat suits, and they're the Batman of their time. And then for whatever the context is, etc., and he has to like fight each one and beat each one in order to get back to the tournament of power. Like Darkseid's like, oh, you want to cheat? Okay, then earn your way back. Basically, it's
Damn.
pretty dope.
That's crazy.
Anyways.
$2 from
Yeah,
Raspberry.
some fire shit.
That means 2 more minutes at least. 2 cents Raspberry. If you guys want to keep it up, again, $1 a minute. Shouts to Raspberry for extending it another 2 minutes. W. Instead of doing, yeah, we appreciate you. It was great hearing from you guys. Hey, shout out to you, Kedrick. Definitely one of the goats. Instead of redoing Beerus again, it should be Broly. Yeah, bro. I mean, I get it. They're redoing the Beerus Battle of Gods moment, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna watch it obviously, but
Hey, also
a little redundant.
for the
But
stream thing, yeah, you guys can do that for longer, whatever. But if you also want a reaction, again, like we said, for the video per minute,
yeah,
you know,
dollar per
$1 per
minute for
minute,
reactions
whatever.
as well.
The
Yeah,
same thing applies to that too. So if you want to get a reaction to within the stream, you can do that. Or if you just want us to keep going, same thing. But yeah.
facts. Apparently 70 minutes of Dragon Ball Super Broly was cut out of the movie due to the runtime constraints, so they do an extended cut in the new anime. That I want to see. No doubt about that. Did Itachi do the right thing?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I think morally, in my opinion, Itachi did do the right thing because if it weren't for his decision, there would have been a civil war
Less
between the
casualties.
Uchiha and the
Yep.
Leaf, and it would have caused more casualties
Yep.
on both sides.
And the
So
villagers
overall,
would invade and then took advantage, fucked them up. Yep.
so arguably an entire nation would be eliminated because of the civil war, or at least greatly damaged.
Yep.
So yeah, Itachi avoided that. Obviously, he saved his brother in the
And risked
process.
Sasuke's death too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that has nothing to do. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so that, in my opinion, was the morally correct decision. Very tough decision to make, but I think he made the right one
Yeah.
because more deaths would have been caused.
It's like almost an impossible situation. Like you're literally picking between like the survivability for like so in the real world scheme of things, like basically what that decision is, either you pick your family, right? Like your like your bloodline family, right? You either try to fight with them, okay, against the US government, okay, but then risk the civil war happening, right? Whatever, and you guys are fighting, and then now other countries can invade and also try to fuck with the US because there's a civil war going on within the US, right? Like that's basically what you're dealing with. Or slaughter your family just so one of your family members can thrive in the US, right? Like it's fucked, man. You know what I mean, like it's a
Yeah,
lose-lose, you know?
exactly.
So
All right, folks, we're about to hit the 2 minute mark because of Raspberry. Again, shout out to him. So within 2 minutes, if you want it to be longer, feel free to donate. We'll go even longer. That's all we'll do at this time. Did you see protesters in ICE have been fighting in the major cities? It's crazy. Yeah, like we said previously, the whole ICE foreign policy issue is very complicated. When it comes down to events of violence, it comes down to a context and objectivity. Whoever
yeah,
is trying to eliminate your life, the person whose life is in danger should have the right to defend themselves. And if they have to eliminate the other person for that to be the case, then I think that is legally justified, or at least should be justified, and I think is morally justified as well. Now I don't know all the events where ICE have killed some individuals, unfortunately, but I know one of them was because someone was trying to run over an ICE member and he had to defend himself. A car is a lethal weapon at high speeds, it's very obvious. So I think that's justified despite the tribalism and emotional reaction to it. That guy has a right to defend himself just like anybody else, whether he's a law enforcement or not. Um, it's that simple. Do you agree with Thanos' plan? No, I think Thanos was trying to play God, um, and I think he didn't have an ultimatum. He came to this decision on his own, and he decided that he knew better than the rest of the universe, and that his say goes, and that
And it
half of
was
the
stupid, Jay, because like his whole thing was resources, right? So if
yeah
that's the case, get the Infinity Stones and make resources infinite or plentiful. You know what I mean?
yeah
Like if that's the sole issue, and like you know what I mean, because that's what his whole thing was. Like, oh, resources are finite, like they only last for the long, and then they get scarce, and then everybody basically dies, or the world ends, or everything goes to shit. That was his whole thing. It's just like
he
and like therefore, like the only way to it just it was stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a naive perspective. He thought that eliminating half the population would allow the other half to prosper, and that's not the way the universe operates.
yeah,
Populations procreate for the most part, and they're going to continue to grow. So the
yeah.
problem would just arise anyway. There's always going to be competition. There's always going to be, uh, predation and things of this nature. So he had a naive perspective, almost as if he thought he was God, when in reality he was just some nihilist, like he wasn't as enlightened as he thought he was, and I don't know. I think it was a naive perspective. He had a god complex for sure. Definitely had a god complex. He wasn't, in a situation that Itachi was in, or some of these other people. It's definitely not the same. He was just naive and and had a god complex for sure. So,
Like I'll
uh,
say this, it was a lot fucking better than being fucking pussy whipped to fucking the entity of death and
yeah, it's
like,
still
oh, you're
better.
not in love with me, so
Yeah,
now I'm gonna try to murder the whole universe just to hopefully gain your affection or make you love me. Like just literally being a simp,
yeah,
like a
exactly.
simp. That's why
Yeah,
he was evil.
but yeah,
Like
folks.
shitty writing, bro. Shitty
Shout out
ass
to
writing.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to Raspberry for the $2. Unless we get another one in the next like 30 seconds, we'll
Yeah,
probably wrap it up. There should be a video coming this week that I've been doing. Give it to my editor. Me and Batman have another one we hope to get done next couple of weeks as well. We'll let you guys know what that is later on, and
dessert.
when they get close to it. Like we said, we want to give you guys more consistency this year, more content. Shout out to you guys for the support. We're hopefully this year is the year we reach 10K. That's the goal for sure. More streams, more content. Again, follow me on TikTok. I am trying to grow there as well. So follow me. It's more so quick hot takes is what I give there. Power scaling wise, sometimes I do the occasional IRL topic. I give my opinions on media, things of that nature, even politics in some moments. If you want to follow me there, it's in the description. But we appreciate you guys coming in. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate Raspberry for the donation, all the likes, all the support. Again, we'll be here all year. Unlike some people in this community that don't do that. We know you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but much love to you guys. We'll see you next time, and God bless, folks.